live here. Make sure the audio's on and stuff. The music is especially quiet. Music quiet for you lot as well? Or is that okay?
Yeah, it's pretty quiet.
Okay.
I mean, it's fine with me.
That's fine. Yeah.
Does this make it louder? Like, has it just gone louder just a second? Like, is it muted now?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
so that just changed it for me. Interesting. Okay, cool. That is good to know. I will just pretend. I'm going to assume everyone has playlists up to full, and that's how I'll orientate my music. And then obviously you lot can change your global volume controls whenever you like, because you've all got global volume controls, yeah, in the sounds area.
Correct.
Yeah,
Sweet.
we have room.
Awesome. Okay. So last session, we ended up in a bit of a pickle. But before that, we went around and you all got the chance to ask Plarg some questions about Strixhaven and who Plarg was and what he wanted to do. And that was just before you got into a bit of trouble with a certain sassy Sally doll that you had to fight off. Was there anything from Plarg or from the fight with the doll that anybody wants to bring up? Anything that piqued anyone's interest?
Did we get the doll and get the reward?
Yep. You got the mimic essence, and we already went through the fact that you didn't even need to check to make the thing because you'd already made the check for the blueprints.
Right.
So you had enough
Yeah,
time
I
to
remember
do
all that.
Yeah.
But there was a reward for getting Sassy Sally.
So Sassy Sally kind of got destroyed. Also,
Her problem, not ours.
Also, it was to sneak in and get it rather than go in normally and destroy it. I don't
Technicalities.
Yeah. Weird. Almost like because you play characters decided to go about it a completely different way and we didn't even go through the mansion, just the last thing. You don't get the reward for it. Wow, strange. But you did get the rewards for like going through the manor anyway because I'm such a benevolent person and gave you all a few magic items.
Dang.
So, I mean, I'm happy to list those magic items again if you'd like, Figo, just to remind you the good stuff you did get. But
Would love to hear it.
No. Carry on.
So,
It could be good to recap for the listeners.
okay,
but-
sure. Well, you got a Ring of Mind shielding inscribed with V Lang inside, a Gem of Brightness with 10 charges left, 2 potions of mind reading, and there was a purse from the Sassy Sally doll that contained 25 gold pieces. And along with that, you got the Mimic Essence that you needed, which allowed you to turn the Apron Smock Coverall of Acid Resistance into a Tinkerer's Apron of Acid Resistance and Holding, as far as I'm aware. Is that correct, Sven?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so unless there's anything else anybody wants to mention that happened at Dappling Manor. Cool, okay, you then had a week that passed, and Xantha and Drevorex had a very, I want to say cute date. I don't know if that's exactly the word I describe with it. It was cute, but
Traumatizing.
it was also maybe a bit traumatic, as is all of my
What
games should
happened?
be. And as well as D&D might not be therapy, I like to, make people want therapy afterwards. No, that's horrible.
Great.
Good.
Yikes. And then we had that scene that was very enlightening. A few threads to follow there. I think Seymour started following some threads about that book that Quintilius was after. We had Sven make the item. I don't know what else Sven was doing actually. What was Sven and Aegon doing?
I
week.
was over the week.
Yeah, he had like a week downtime.
I don't know. I think I said that Aegon was just like studying and like writing letters back home and like getting ready for
Oh right, yeah.
the Ice Palace thing. I think is kind of what they were doing. Nothing particular.
And then Sven, was there anything more than making the apron?
No. We made the apron, and it looks great.
Nice. And I know Prosperine was chilling with Talana at some points as well. So yeah,
Yep.
as always, feel free to take those NPCs on romantic or friendly dates between sessions if you like. And I'll try and respond and stuff. But then after that week, you all had the opportunity to go to the Ice Palace, tickets paid for by Quintilius or your family, and you went through the queue, you passed security, and you went behind one of the administration offices where there was a teleportation circle ready and available. You were then told by Dika that he was like a Quandrix Arcano-theorist or something. I forgot what they were called exactly. And I should probably get my notes up at this point. And you were cast into
Oh yes.
the teleportation, and from Dika, the last thing that you heard was her say, "Oh, that shouldn't be happening." At which point, you went through the teleportation and had some sort of memories and things that happened before, but those were rudely interrupted as something began to pull Dika's protective bubble that you were traveling in apart, and all of a sudden, you all were attacked by some strange creature you've never seen before, nor in character know the name of, even though obviously we saw it out of character on the thing. You fought that off. It seemed to retreat once you did enough damage to it, going away to lick its wounds. And you all landed in the snow with the rest of your first year friends, sans Aurora, and none of the second years either, standing around waiting to have this husky race that is apparently tradition for the start of the Ice Palace, and it's how the first years are sort of introduced to everyone. As they are the last to get to the Ice Palace, and they the winners get to celebrate by having the top table at the drag show that evening. Plarg came over and asked if you're all okay, and you briefly mentioned that you had just been attacked. Plarg seemed confused, scared, and concerned, and as such said, look, the quickest way we're going to get to the Ice Palace is if we just travel by Husky. So it's the safest and best option right now. You totally don't have to take part if you don't want to, but there are some good prizes for it too, so like, what do you want to do? I will support whatever you like. And that's where we'll start today's session, I guess. You have Plarg saying to you all, if you feel up to it, then, as I said, it's quite a notable thing, but if you don't feel ready for it, then I completely understand. Oh, one thing as well. Oh, the prize was like 50 gold pieces, and the top table at the drag show, which like a lot of like notable NPCs. You'll know that at this place, there's a lot of like NPCs from outside of Strixhaven that are alumni of Strixhaven, but have a lot of like potential to offer you jobs or like postgraduate jobs in the future. And like really get like a kickstart to your career if you can get noticed by them here. And on top of that,
Interesting.
one thing else was Aegon. Remember, you noticed that when you were looking around, some old footprints seemed to be recovering themselves back in snow, as the snow seemed to like magically be enchanted to sort of like be continuously fresh.
This is correct.
Okay. So Plarg will say, "So, are you ready? Are you wanting to go, or did you need a few minutes for yourselves, or Would you like to just have us go at a slower pace entirely? I'll be riding with you on the sled no matter what, or I'm not
good.
really sure of another viable avenue for a travel to the Ice Palace, to be honest. This is the best way to do it. It changes and shifts so much every year that the reason the teleportation circles are here is so that they're not needing to be constantly removed and moved and then reinstated, because it takes quite a while to have a permanent teleportation circle put in place.
You would take a lot of dedication.
I would.
Well, if this is the fastest way, then I think we should be on our way.
I hope none of you are afraid of dogs.
Is Draverax okay?
Hmm?
You were like
Oh.
half dead last time, so just
I chugged a couple health potions. I'm all right. But thank you, Aegon. It was an interesting fight, to say the least.
Is there anything I can do for you? I've given you a health potion. Was that enough for now, or?
I mean, I'm not back to full, but
Well, when we get to the Ice Palace, I think you'll be shown to your rooms and you can rest there promptly.
Did anybody? I feel like we did make an Arcana check in the last session to figure out what was actually being done to us, but I don't recall the results. Did anybody remember?
we are being tracked. It's like a tracking thing.
everyone
I
except
think-
Draverax and Aegon.
I sensed it like a pheromone. I thought like we had been marked like scent, but like an aura, or it was a really. I can't quite remember, but I know what you mean.
No, like
you
pheromone
mentioning
aura,
it
exactly that.
immediately triggered my memory, and I know what you mean.
Seems
like
to
the-
to specific places as well.
Yeah, it's like the ferrous. I
Mhm.
don't know what it's called. Ferrous oxide or whatever.
Rust?
No, I'm thinking of the wrong
That-
thing. It's
that
a little
magnetic
spiky, like
thing?
slime
Oh,
stuff.
ferrofluid.
Ferrofluid.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
And it's sticking to magical items on all of you except Draverax and Aegon.
Very good.
Well done. Holy shit, that would be inspiration if you didn't already have it.
Quickly, use it.
Use it.
Maybe at the end, maybe at the end of the session.
I don't
Right.
remember.
I guess if it's the fastest way to get down there, I think we really should rest. Maybe just take the sled since there's no other way. I'm not getting back into a teleportation thing, guys.
Oh,
I
Right,
would have to concur.
Agreed then.
All right, I guess we should go, Sven. Or are you gonna come with the sled and the dogs and stuff?
Yes, I do enjoy the camaraderie of these small racers.
Talana shouts over and says, "Will you come on, you lot? Dithering about, we're going to beat you anyway. Why waste our time?" And then Xantha pipes up elsewhere and says, "You've got this."
Sorry, Xanthus here?
Yeah.
We were
I
just
run
giving
over.
you time to prepare.
Oh, Trevor, are you okay? And then Nora says, "Hey, Talana, leave it alone. Aegon, are you looking forward to getting to the Ice Palace?" And Grayson looks over to Sven and says, "There's going to be a lot of..." what's Grayson's voice? There's going to be a lot of people there. I don't know what he sounds like anymore. I've forgotten.
I think he was just a typical Brit, to be
Oh, okay.
honest.
There's going to be
I
lots of
remember.
people there. I'm really looking forward to meeting all these quite renowned names. It could really help what we're planning, Sven. So the sooner we get there, says sort of like wincing.
That's very insightful. Perhaps we can do some market research.
Yes, exactly. I hear even my uncle's there.
Well, let's go.
And away we go.
Nice. Oh, there's no one for Seymour. I need to throw some at Seymour.
Well,
The
may
people
I?
Oh, Melwathorn says,
Mm.
"Come on, Seymour. I've seen you in what was Melwathorn's accent? Fuck, so many NPCs.
Deep. Rough.
Come on,
Kind of
Seymour.
grumpy.
I've seen you in Skill Ball. You got to give up a challenge right now."
He locks eyes.
Javanish is already there. Like, don't you want to show that you could beat his score last year?
What was the score last year?
They came first,
That's not a
Right.
score.
and they made it in under an hour. There you go.
Nice.
Well, he thinks to himself. He like does the math. He goes, "Do I know how far we are, or no? Like, have we been able to see any track or course?"
You've been told that it usually takes about an hour to get there by sled.
Okay.
So
Well,
anything under that time is quite impressive.
well, he didn't have a master animal. He looks over at Aogan. What do you call it? A rancher. A rancher. He waves his hand in the air.
What, you're a rancher?
No.
Well, I kind of am.
Melithorn just looks at you, and then Nora says, "What? Oh, yeah,
Well-
your farm."
Yeah, I mean, we don't like catch cows or anything, but I mean,
No,
I'm
but
more of a
the
rancher than.
eggs.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, we did catch them, a lot of them.
I bet you're going to be really good with huskies.
Let's hope. I guess we should get going, guys.
Oh, do
Oh.
stop the drivel and come on. The theatrics are just too much even for me. Quintilius pipes up.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll just finish casting Find Familiar in a second then.
and then Xantha like kind of whispers over to Rorax, "I don't want to keep you up, but are you sure you're okay?"
I'm fine, especially now that you're here.
He like
Winks.
reaches out for your hand and says, "You'll tell me what's gone on afterwards, right?"
Of course.
3rd degree burns.
It's really okay.
Okay. And then he gives your hand a squeeze before letting it go.
Mm.
Okay. See, I can roleplay with everyone. Look at that. Just 16
Nice.
NPCs at once. Why not?
Easy. You put on a hat, you
What?
take off the hat, you put on glasses, you take off the
Yeah,
glasses.
right?
What is this cursed gif?
It really. Wait, what?
There's.
Ah!
I wish I could show the stream the
Pepsi
gifs.
Man?
There needs to be like a little window or something, but
I like that the gif that
Yikes.
you posted is kind of her looking down at it. Like she kind of glances down.
yeah. There's like a
Uh,
robot that's like a very humanoid looking robot that's breakdancing whilst farting fire. I don't know why this is the thing. Why did you post that? What's the net reference to?
It's
Xanther.
It's Xanther.
I hate that. No.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous.
You're an absolute monster.
Okay. So Nasari then looks over to Plarg and
Oh.
says, "You what would Nasari sound like? What other accent can I do? Just terrible ones. No, I'm just gonna go for something. You explain to them why they can't. You did explain to them that this is going to be a race, right? You've prepped them for everything. And Plarg nods. Says, "All right, okay, as long as I know what they were getting into." He says, they say, giving you an eye over. And this is like one of the teachers. This is the Dean of Expression for Prismari. Sorry. And then that's it. Oh, also the Huskies you look at. Again, you'll definitely know this, but the rest of you, depends whether you've seen Huskies before or not. These are no ordinary Huskies. These are dire Huskies. So they are fucking massive. Yeah. Okay.
I feel so small.
I bought winter clothes.
That good,
Yeah.
because I'll need to know that.
Did
Actual picture.
Oh, cute.
Oh.
Okay, so Clark guides you over to the sled and gives you like a brief talk on how it all works. Okay, which is standing for
That'd be
me,
good.
out of character, giving you a brief talk on how it all works. So, the teams are Varelda Lang with the Mystery Moguls, Nasari with the Campus Queens, and Mivanda with the Reginas, but the Reginas have Xantha with them, and are 2 down because 2 of their members are second years. The rest of the dirges are not here, as Aurora said she didn't want to take part. And then, she expressed no desire to wait out in the cold, so they're unpacking at the Ice Palace, and they'll meet you there. This is the dirges, and thingy. Shit, Nora's not supposed to be there. Well, fuck.
She isn't then. Who is?
All my friends are gone.
So the race begins. So each round, we're going to go through 6 rounds, and each round is a snapshot of the sled team's progress as they travel at high speeds through different biomes. Actually, no, I want upbeat. This'll do.
I expect Christmas music.
Oh, you've got to be disappointed. So each round is a snapshot of the sled team's progress as they travel at high speeds through different biomes and on the way to the Ice Palace. As they travel, each biome will get harder to traverse, and your opponents will work harder to ensure that they, and not you the players, are the first to cross the finish line. These sleds seem to be specifically modified for this race, as such they can accommodate many people, and the dire Huskies pulling the sleds can carry much more weight than the usual pack of Huskies. Moreover, the sleds are able to attune to the magic of each character, and you can act offensively and defensively through these sleds by casting magic through them and such. However, this modification also means that they can be targeted by magic too, that would not normally affect objects. At the start of this race, due to some... Oh, we'll talk about that. How do I get about this? So a round kind of goes like this. First off, you'll have the navigation. So somebody will be leading out in front. I'm going to take it onto the map as well. Sorry, this is the first time I'm running this place. So
Navigation, huh? Sounds familiar.
So first round, you're going to have somebody navigating. They need to look out what's up ahead. And basically, the better roll, the better your situation is. The worse you roll, the worse your situation is. And yes, you can totally do that. Thomas. Then, and depending on which biome you're in, will give you different situations. Then there'll be a bout of combat, as all of a sudden these sleds kind of like come together, and it'll be like just one round of combat, but it'll be representative of the like overall sort of leg of that race. Where you'll go head-to-head with the other groups and cast spells and stuff. And then, and combat has its own rules and stuff, which I'll explain briefly. It won't be doing damage to you. And then there'll be steering, which basically, the steer check that you make can be made by multiple people, but you'll have to overcome a flat DC that the terrain presents, and also a DC modified by how well the navigation was done and how badly combat went for you and how you defended yourselves. And the NPCs will also be making a check as well at the end. And the idea is that the steering check is what means that you go forward, stay where you are, or go backward, depending on what's available that round. The combat check is your chance to stop the NPCs going forward and keep them behind, and also to defend yourself, and against the NPCs doing the same to you. And the navigation check, as I said, is the first one, and it just kind of sets the scene for that round. I will guide us how through each thing works, so don't worry too much about being like sort of think about it. Rather just throw into it. Have the first round be a bit clueless, and then feel better afterwards. What I will say is that there's another option instead of those three things. Instead of steering, you can choose to brake at any point, and when you brake, it means that you can stop the sled completely and you move back 2 spaces on this thing. This shows you kind of like what position we're all in, and this shows what biome we're in, and you can move back 2 places on the map here. And
I don't see anything real
Yeah,
quick.
can you force us there, please?
Yes.
This is good. Thank you.
Okay. So if you brake, you will be moved back 2 places, and it allows you to mend your sled or even like bolster it with like certain different tool proficiencies to give like your sled effectively temporary hit points, or even rest the Huskies, because what you can do at any point as well is you can encourage the Huskies at the end of a round, which is an animal handling check or some other thing that makes sense, and it just spurts the Huskies into an amount of energy, and you can try and encourage them 3 times. If you do encourage them, you get to move a space forward, but after the 3rd time they will be too tired to be encouraged again, and you'll need to break if you want to try and encourage. Okay, so I know that's a lot. I've had the delightful Spirit and Figo test it, and it went okay. I think it was quite fun.
Oh, that's what that was.
So I think we'll be able to do this, and this is basically as much information as I gave them when they.
This is
started
really
that out,
interesting.
so. Yeah, and it's got a rainbow on it, so I mean, what's not to like?
We're here for that.
So
It's a good screenshot to post about.
As you all begin to kind of get ready, and the countdown begins, and Plag has finished explaining what happens. Plag asks, "Okay, right, are you all ready? Any last questions or anything?" This is just in character. Obviously, out of character, we can explain as much as we want. But is there anything in character you want to do just before we let off?
I will not be smack talked by a pile of sticks.
Damn.
We have to kick their ass, Ben.
Okay, nice. So, the countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, and all of a sudden, everyone else is able to get ahead of you because you realize you have been sabotaged. Somebody has frozen the bottom end of your sled, and it sticks behind. And quickly, the Huskies try and pull, and you hear the cracking of ice. But you start off 1 position behind the rest of your friends. If you hover over
This
them,
was not in the playtest.
if you hover over them, I believe you can see each team who they are. So you'll see Mystery Moguls has Benham's thing, Campus Queens, and Regina's. Okay.
I don't know why you called them friends.
So you
Awfully
get
generous.
so you get 1 action per round.
Can we substitute in team mascot A again as the icon so I know which team we're on?
Must be me. Yeah.
Yes.
I knew somebody would say something. Oh my god. Sure.
Do it.
Yes.
I didn't want to choose anyone because I didn't want to pick favorites, and then I was like, they'll end up choosing somebody 100%.
I actually fully get that.
Yeah, it's difficult, right? I was like, Trunk Gang, do I just choose like Driver Racks? But like, no, I'm sick of Figo. Like, what do I choose instead? And then,
Absolutely, as it should be. Well, we all know who's going to be handling the
star?
Huskies the most. So
This
who's
is-
our
You're
star
telling me our
MVP
flying,
player?
Well, what
our
I'll
animal
say
handling
is-
flying monk is gonna do incredible things.
So what
yeah,
I'll say
I
is
think so.
the navigator is really interesting because hold on, look here.
I will never fall
So
off.
so navigation is a few things. Wait, let me just have a look at encourage a second. What the rules for this shit? And anyone can encourage, and even if you've taken an action that round, but it's just one person because like Huskies, obviously, alpha dog for that round, like they're only going to listen to one person at a time, otherwise they get confused. So that's definitely how dogs work. Don't tell me otherwise. Shut up.
Wow.
For the navigation is twofold. Generally, you can use things like intelligence investigation, intelligence nature, wisdom perception, or wisdom survival against the DC of the current terrain, and that like says like what opportunities you've got coming ahead, whether there's a shortcut, whether it's going to be quite difficult, etc., etc. And also it sets your initiative for the round. So the better the roll, is that right? There was something about navigation. Oh, whichever player character is navigating then also rolls initiative for the round to see what position you're in. So you'll be doing two things. You'll be doing a navigation roll and an initiative roll. So keep that in mind. Okay, let me get Hagen down. So who is good at like looking ahead, working out the terrain, seeing what's going to happen, etc.
I would volunteer for that, Sven.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone else happy with that? We can always, obviously, round by round, it can change as well.
Sure.
Token.
Do it.
So Sven has chosen to be our navigator for round 1. Gotcha.
No, I want to do it.
I actively was say no to this.
Oh, why?
Things like floating disc, I can only cast one ritual of it at a time, right? I can't cast like 3 of them.
Just discs
Also takes-
everywhere.
Well, I could have given everyone a floating disc. Just at the like, you know, if I cast it like on, I think it might just follow me though. So I guess only one. Never mind. This could be useful though.
Okay, there is your Aegon as the thing. Oh, fuck, I need it as a token, don't I?
It takes 10 minutes. Oops, I'm not doing it. Nice.
There we go. Okay, so
Looking good.
what roll do you want to make for the navigation check? This is whilst you are sailing through the snow plains, a vast open space of fresh powder, which seems to have like lots of good opportunities to get ahead via shortcuts and ramming your opponents into obstacles.
I'd like to take a look at the terrain and
Mhm.
any potential advantageous like modifications to our route that might make
Okay.
us a little bit faster.
It's like
I think I would.
go on.
I guess I would be suggesting a nature check.
Yeah, I think that's good too. Seeing what is like, you know, actual features that you could use to your benefit or something that has been man-made instead. Yep, go ahead and roll a nature check. Remember, you can use your inspiration on these rolls as well. Ooh, 20. Okay.
Nice.
So that is a boon. The way ahead is clear of any major obstacles. With good enough steering, one might even be able to use the fresh powder on the steeper inclines to take shortcuts and get ahead. So this round, if you steer well enough, you will actually be able to move up a position. Whereas if you fail to steer, you'll just be maintaining your position. So you'll like your specific token will not move back or forward if you fail. So it's the best result you could get. Now, all of a sudden, as the race begins, you all are a bit behind, but it is time for combat. So anyone who's not taken an action yet, remember there will be at least one person needed to steer at the end, but anyone who's not taken an action can do combat. There are a few rules for the combat. No creatures are allowed to be targeted during the races. Hurting the Huskies or another creature will be an automatic disqualification and give everyone a bad opinion of you, which is
Good.
especially bad whilst there are alumni and important people around. All magic must be channeled through the sled. This means that any magic that requires a weapon attack roll doesn't work, but all magic channeled through the sled uses an action. And finally, at the edge of every biome, a wall of dispel magic exists. So any spells affecting the sleds will wear off at the end of every even-numbered round, so rounds 2, 4, and 6. So things that last more than 10 minutes can carry on to the next round, because every round's about 10 minutes. Okay? Like every round of racing.
Every round is about 10 minutes.
Every round's about 10 minutes, yeah. But like we like do combat in like one spout of thing, because it's often there's a lot of like big terrain around you and all that kind of stuff, and this is just a representation of like small snapshots of when you actually get close enough to fight the others. So the sleds are not immune to anything that targets a creature, so you can use them even though they're usually an object, but they are immune to any conditions, so you can't knock them prone, you can't restrain them, etc, etc. Any successful attacks causing the steering that round to become to become more and more difficult, and any successful defensive measures ensure that the sled is harder to hit. So each sled, the player sled, has a base AC of 12, and the different sleds for the different characters might be different. And you've got two options in combat. You can either attack or defend. Okay. If you want to attack, then you can do the following. You've got ranged attacks and spells that don't have a range of touch can target a sled up to 2 positions in front or behind of your position.
Can you repeat that?
Yes.
Thinking about what you said right before it. I'm sorry.
I missed it. If you're doing a ranged attack, even if it's a thrown weapon, you can target this sled, but you wouldn't be able to target this sled because that's too far ahead. So when it's ranged, it's any 2 in front of you or any 2 behind. Okay? And successful ranged attack rolls will add +1 to the steer check DC of your opponent. And likewise, ranged attack rolls against you will add +1 to your team's steer check DC. Okay? Melee attack rolls have to be against teams that are on the same line as you, and they can't be forward or back. So this isn't like a normal grid. This is like obviously a bit more theatre of the mind. And they add +2 to the steer check of the opponent's DC or your DC if you get hit by a melee attack. And finally, any spell attack rolls, ranged or not, are add 1 plus the spell's level to the sled to the steer check. So a level 2 spell, for example, would add 3 DC to the steer check that round. Okay? Let's have a look here.
Can I give things like Blade Song to the car? Or
no, that just affects you.
Understood. I'm just trying to understand
the
the extents that I should be considering.
And keep in mind, spells don't necessarily need to damage or target a creature to work even. So things like darkness or fog cloud or even light or like illusion spells are viable spells that can be used to distract or confuse opponents and will still inflict an increased DC. So
okay, and they're gonna move with us per scene, right? As casters, they're not gonna be landlocked and then left in the dust. I don't know.
The opponents?
Certain effects, let me see if I got a specific one that I consider.
So, for example, fog cloud would be landlocked. It's not going to move with you. But the point of it is for that snapshot of thing, you've really confused the
for a
scene where they're going, and it's they crash into a tree, so they slow down if it's successful. That's the kind of theatre of the mind thing. You're not all attacking at once. You're attacking each of you's attacking over the space of 10 minutes and defending yourself.
Okay, I like the.
But you only get one thing to do each time, because the rest of the time you're busy holding onto the sleds.
Yeah, there's not gonna be a short rest. This is a race. Never mind.
This is a race, yeah.
Exactly. This is not the Iditarod,
no.
the big out west race in the Americas.
And as spells are channeled through the sled, they work differently. So anything that requires a DC check usually. Instead, you just do a spell attack roll. So if you would cast Sacred Flame or something on the sled, it would instead need to hit it with a spell attack. because it's all about what you can do and how well you can like aim it and like keep yourself from jostling about on the sled whilst you're trying to channel this magic through it.
Are we?
Any crit you make on a spell attack or like any attack, because they're all attack rolls, would double
Right.
the DC modifier you get. So if you melee attack an enemy, you get +4 instead of +2. And certain spells that would affect, like would work together, might increase the DC too if you like come up with especially creative solutions. That's how to attack. I appreciate that was a lot. Just give me a hot second. I'll just do defense because that's a lot quicker. Basically, when you defend, you increase the AC of the player's sled by 2. Alternatively, you can channel your magic into the sled's defense, and so characters may make a check using the spellcasting modifier to channel a spell slot into their sled. The purposes of the defense, the AC given on a successful check is equal to 2 plus the level of the spell slot used. So no other effects from the spell will be added to the defense. It's just you channeling magic to the sled to make it like a kind of like a spell shield come around it, which gives you
Absolutely.
more defense. And that's it. And opponents will obviously be trying to knock the shit out of you too. So
Hopefully not attack the dogs.
yeah.
Don't
and
touch the dogs.
Sven, could you roll me initiative, please?
Can I give inspiration?
You can another time.
Damn. Alright.
Hey, the lowest rolls we've ever had, I think, for initiative as like an entirety. Cool. Okay. So this round, could be mice. No mystery. I'm going first. So they're going to act first. So let's see what they do on their turn. Okay. So no one's there, so they'll go for. They're going to try and get the campus queens. So they only get, the NPCs only get like 1 action in combat. So they're going to do a melee attack against the campus queens, and they miss. And so that's that. There's the end of that. So now it's Sven. It's your turn. Well, it's the clique. If you hover over the tokens, it should show the clique labels. Is it not doing that?
No.
Okay. one sec. I'll just do that.
Oh, if I hover over them.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
had my bookmark thing
Okay.
on. Interesting. Okay,
Is
that's
it okay
cool.
to hover, or should I do it permanently?
Why don't we have them ordered from left to right by initiative?
Are you being serious?
Okay, never mind.
Do you need that?
Does that not help you? Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
It's just I'm like that, I guess. Something about my compulsions like that. So, whatever. It didn't
Okay.
seem to matter. Anyway.
That's so good. So it is now the players. You're now up players. So who wants to attack and who wants to defend this round? So Sven, you've already navigated. And remember, some people need actions left over to be steering this round. So who wants to?
Driver X is gonna defend.
Okay. And how are you defending? Are you just going to do normal defense, or are you going to try and channel some magic into the sled?
I think he's gonna try to channel some magic.
Okay.
We have mage armor spell scrolls available.
Okay.
2 I was able to produce.
Well,
They whip in the wind.
those are a little less renewable.
He
So
shakes his head no.
so Driver's gonna channel Shield of Faith into the sled.
Ooh, nice. That's level 1 spell, yeah?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make me a spell check then, please.
Okay. What is the easiest way to do it? I guess. Ooh, what
It's
is
like a
easiest?
spell attack roll, I guess. Or something.
Right. I don't have attacks.
Yell insults at them.
I literally don't have. I don't have attacks. I'm just gonna roll d20 right now,
Yeah.
and let's see.
Add
It'll
it-
be
add it.
+2 +3. So
you can
plus
type
5 to-
/R, yeah, /R 1d20 +5 with the space between the R and the 1d20 +5.
hey.
Hey, nice. Okay. So your sled's AC is now 15. Very nice.
Ooh.
So you got that was Drovrak's defending. So we've got Sven to the first roll, and then we've got Drovrak's. Who's up next? Who wants to take the next thing? Any of you attacking, or you all going to want to steer?
Prospering is gonna attack.
Okay. And how are you going to attack?
In a like-minded fashion, he is going to cast Ray of Frost onto the Campus Queen's
Rude.
sled.
Love it. So
Not my queens.
go ahead and target them. And then go ahead and roll your attack. Way nice. I love that it still does the animation. That's sick. Okay, so they are going to have +2 added to their. No, sorry. Yeah, Ray of Frost is ranged and. Yeah, so 2 added to that. No, hold on. What? It's a cantrip, so it's 1, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
+1 onto their EC. That should be position. How did I say I'd do this? Why would I want the position changed? I guess I'll just, for now, I'll just have that there. Okay, sorry folks, I'll get scripts to this. Okay. Anyone else wants? So that was Prospering. Anyone else wanting to have a go? Throw darts. You can cast spells. You can't melee attack right now because you are a bit behind. That is all about to change.
Seymour seems like really unsure what to do. He's like, looks at Eogan like, he's mostly blocking the snow from his eyes. Eogan, you notice.
Okay.
He just seems unsure.
So Aegon wants to use Druidcraft to create the scent of steak.
Okay, nice.
A,
There you go.
a freshly cooked steak behind the mystery moguls.
Perfect.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll the spell attack then. Yeah, that's totally it. Love that.
Okay, hold on. That's just a d20, yeah?
Yeah, so it should be d20 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, imagine that would
d20
be...
plus wisdom is 1 plus proficiency is 2. Okay, so +3, but here we go.
Oh no, it'd be +2 because your wisdom modifiers are nil, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay.
My wisdom just says +1.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Okay, awesome. So, unfortunately, that misses the mystery moguls. They
Unbelievable.
skid by you too fast, and the amount of like air and snow, you quickly see the scent of your druidcraft kind of fanning away. Now, I'm assuming Seymour, you're going to be steering then, because somebody needs to steer. So, unless you just want to automatically fail the steer check this round and want to attack instead.
I'll steer for sure.
Okay. So
He, realizing that no one is controlling us, and we begin to like jackknife towards a tree, he just grabs the reins.
well, that's the cool thing. So there are no reins, right? So how you steer
Oh.
huskies is all about moving your body, and it can be like acrobatics or it can be like athletics, and it's about shoving your body weight from side to side as hard as you can on the sled, effectively.
Okay.
And but also doing it like in a way that isn't going to throw the huskies off entirely. So it's actually quite a precise thing.
He puts up the hood on his like winter clothing that he bought.
Mhm.
He's very thankful that he has it because now there's a lot of wind condition. This is like
Nice.
a bit tight on him.
So then it's the other two teams'
Yeah.
time for combat. So snarkily, Talana is gonna. You'll do the steer check afterwards. So Talana's gonna look back toward you lot and say, "You're not getting ahead of me, Prosperine. I'm going to win this one." And she begins casting. And yeah, so she's gonna use a spell against you all.
Oh man, I was about to cast. I wasn't doing the steer check, I was literally gonna cast message, like whisper to her and be like, Talana, like let's work together. She immediately is like, get him.
Ooh, because you raised the AC of your sled, it misses, and so
Nice.
she isn't able to do that. Very well done. Good defense. And they don't get to reuse that. They don't get to recharge the spell. And she says, Trovorak's always looking out for you, aren't they, Prosperine? She says, giving you like
Better luck next time.
Trevor
There's a
gives us
chessboard over
finger
there.
guns.
Nice. And then it is up to the campus queens, and there needs to be at least some drama here, and they're going to try and get you as well.
Oh.
We're already behind.
Seems like it would be dramatic
Excuse
for them to
me?
target one of the other sleds too.
Dreverex is friends with all of them.
I know. And yet Xantho is on the Reginas, and you know, let it happen.
Egan's friends with almost everyone in the Reginas, I think.
You've got Campus Mockery. Oh, that was nearly an 18. So
And-
also misses you. And
Haha.
does not recharge. Okay, so that was two of the big ones out the gate. Okay, so then the following happens. So the mystery moguls are going to try and do their steer check first. Steer check for them is an acrobatics check. So their DC this round is a DC of 10 because their DC has been unaffected and the terrain DC is 10. So let's go there. Oh, nope. They actually do so badly. What was the thing?
They circle
fail it, so
back
they
into
go
the
backwards.
scent of.
Yeah,
They circle
it's-
back to the scent of steak.
It seems after all that the Huskies actually pick up on it a second and are like, oh, that's actually quite nice. So they move back one. Then it is your team's turn, so let's have a steer check from you lot, please. So remember, if you pass this, you'll be going ahead. There is no additional DC, so it's just a flat DC of 10 because you did so well on the navigation and were able to defend yourselves.
It's all on Seymour, right?
Yep.
Ah,
You guys can't see his face. His hoodie is so puffy, like around the like fringe. And he's so determined.
go for it.
Keep that shield up, Draverax. You see he like puts his feet in like the front positionals, and he grabs like the left and right leg, and I know it don't help that much.
You got like acrobatics, right?
Yeah, I think acrobatics would make sense, but especially just because we're jumping off of like we're in the puffy snow to get some extra speed per Sven. So that's where I'm gonna begin to navigate us to, because Sven pointed out that that's where we needed to head.
Okay.
So, taking Sven's leadership, like you see Seymour like whips it so hard that he literally is he has his like left hand like spider climb style like hanging off to one side. He's
Oh,
using
wow,
literally
nice.
all his like force and weight, and he's just whipping that thing. Hopefully you all can hang on to this angle.
Okay, so yeah, it either sounds like acrobatics or athletics to me.
I am happy more with acrobatics,
Go
but
for it.
could do athletics.
Go for it. The DC 10. Oh,
Oh, I should. Yes.
nice.
So that was going to be much worse.
No, you succeed on that one, so you'll go ahead. Very well done. The Reginas, they are going to try and get in on the action. They don't have a different DC either, so DC 10 for them. It's actually not. They have like their different things. What is that thing?
Seeing that the puffy snow actually caused us to go faster, Seymour will kind of return the sled back to like being square now that we're going like steady, and he's gonna like high five Sven, because that's exactly what we needed.
Nice. Okay, actually they have a different DC, so the Reginas also go back. Yikes. And the Campus Queens. It's a bad round for everyone. They have +1 to their DC, so
Yeah, better than the better than the initiative rolls for sure.
jeez, everyone is just going backward. Yikes. Okay. So at this point, it is time to encourage the Huskies if anyone wants to do that. So, are you happy to like leave the encouragement for this round, or are you going to go ahead with it? I will say that the Mystery Moguls, who will act first, are going to attempt to encourage the Huskies.
And we only have 3 charges of the.
I only got 3 charges.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Are we gonna try, or do we?
I think we should save it depending on what's happening here.
Sounds
Yeah,
good
I
to
think
me.
we should save it.
Okay, so you have to choose whether you want to encourage now or not. Otherwise, it's going to go to the next round after the other 2. Because we're going to go in. We're doing this in initiative order. So you're definitely happy this round not to encourage, yeah?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, sweet. So then you don't. The Reginas. What do they do? Or like different personality things. So they want to do different things each round.
Fun.
Yep, they want to try and encourage. But they go forwards, and the Campus Queens, they do it. Nope, they're fine. Okay, cool. So they don't encourage just yet. So how do I mark out that I've done that? I'll use eyeballs. Hopefully that doesn't actually give them like disadvantage on rolls. Okay, so it is now the next round. Did people kind of get that? Obviously it's a bit clunky and like took a while to get into, but does that seem like people get the mini game now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So who is going to navigate this time?
Does anybody else want to give it a shot? Or should I continue?
You're still in the snowy plains right now. Oh yeah, and the makeup of this thing has changed. So.
I have really good perception and such, but I'm really bad for like initiative.
I mean, I have mediocre initiative, but I have really
I have a
high-
-1 though.
I'm good initiative. I have good initiative.
Do you have something that is like
Seymour's got
nature's
the
survival
hawk.
perception?
I've got the hawk. Yeah.
Mhm. There's Seymour they messaged me and said they got a familiar. Been
I
trying
see.
to it's whether the hawk can keep
They're
up.
following us. Yeah.
So why
they're
don't-
just following
why
us.
don't-
I'll use the hawk.
You want to
Cool.
You want to navigate with the hawk? Okay, cool. So
Yeah, let me use the hawk's perception to.
okay, that's fine.
I don't know the hawk step.
So,
That's
I will say
terrible.
flying is hard, but obviously like most of the time they're gliding and stuff. But keeping up with these huskies might be difficult now and then. So I think at the start of this race it's fine, but like as it goes on, it's going to get progressively harder to use the hawk. Just so you know.
That's fair. I can't crutch it. I understand. It has a passive perception of 14, wisdom +2.
Okay. So roll me a
Insight, it has advantage on wisdom perception checks.
Go for it.
that
Then.
rely on
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Let's get 2d20, and its modifier +2. Would you say then, Benj?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. If
Yes.
Why the fuck is it 25?
18.
Add them together, yeah. Okay.
Did it add them?
Yeah, adds the 2, but that's fine. That's
Oh,
fine.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Oh, it
yeah,
was like
so
a damage roll. Okay, I see.
Yet again, the way ahead it seems to be clear of any major obstacles. With good enough steering, you could once more slip into a better position. So, that is that. Go ahead and roll me initiative, please. I'll do it for the others. Oh, there's multiple.
Nice. Or not. That's not us.
Simu. Yes.
Very nice.
Okie smokes. Trash. Cool. Then it is the players up first. What are you gonna do?
Guys, I'm gonna be blind for a minute here. Say more like grabs onto somebody.
Idea.
I would assume that Aogen would be particularly well suited to managing the Huskies. Aogen, would you be willing to steer this turn?
Sure can.
I think that perhaps these mystery moguls should be slowed down a little bit. And I want to check with something mechanically.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cast Grease,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to cast it underneath the Huskies because I don't want them to fall down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I want to cast it directly underneath the mystery mogul's sled,
Yes.
so that it slows them down but doesn't
Good.
injure.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, definitely it will work like that. That's awesome. Okay, so go ahead and give me this spell attack roll, please.
So will that be int?
Yeah, it'll be your
my
intelligence
proficiency?
plus your proficiency.
Okay.
You could target the mystery moguls and then cast like shocking grasp, for example. As long as you spend the spell slot on grease, then it'll just give the right roll that you need. Ooh, 12. And unfortunately, the mystery moguls are able to navigate around that one, as the spell does not work against them. Make sure the spell slot is consumed, though, please. Who else is doing combat this round?
Prospering will.
Okay. The reason I ask this is just because with the steering, if one of you fails, you can have then 2 people try and succeed to still succeed in the steering if you wanted. But right now you seem to be doing just fine. So, okay.
And Prospering will cast Chaos Bolt on the Reginas.
Nice. Go for it.
And he looks over and sees Talana and yells out to her. Talana, this is how you make a good move.
Ooh.
Oh.
Might want to use inspiration to back that up.
No.
Can I give you
You're
mine?
good.
Okay, no.
You're good.
I should not have believed.
I'm still waiting, she says.
Woo!
Or was that it?
This is
Wanna hear-
when
Want
Prospering
to hear that from a
will-
woman?
Oh, that's not what I wanted. I will go ahead and cast use Seeking Spell.
Okay, what
this.
does that do?
Essentially, if I make an attack, it's meta magic. If I roll an
Nice.
attack, I'm also sorry about the dog. And I miss the attack roll, I can spend 2 sorcery points to re-roll it.
Oh, go for it, yeah.
Oh, buddy, Let's try this again.
It's anytime you miss, you can just pop that. That's pretty nice.
I mean, if I have sorcery points, yes.
So, I mean, sorcerers are just stupid good.
I gotta play one sometime. But there's always some charisma caster already in the party.
Oh, that hits. Very nice. Well done. And then, like, so the
Yeah,
chaos
that's
Oh my
ball
goodness.
at one point was just like behind, and then all of a sudden it comes, like, soaring. As soon as she says that, it like strikes the sled from behind. Yeah. Unexpectedly, or how did you want to do it?
So when he cast it, I imagine they hit some sort of like bump, and his like targeting goes off a little bit. But he like coalesced the magic in between his hands and like points it over towards their sled.
Nice. And yeah, she seems like she thinks you did great, but also she's like now determined to beat you no matter what. So that was Prosperine. Anyone else? So Aegon or Dravrax, who's going to steer and who is going to defend or attack?
I will steer.
Aegon, do you want me to help you steer, or I can defend us again?
I think maybe defending us again would be a good idea. I'll try to be very inspired when I steer.
Yeah, you can use your help. You can use your action to help as well to give advantage. So good point there. Okay.
I'll help then. I'll help the Huskies then. And Dravrax is going to go to the Huskies, say, the goddess Eldoth be with you. You're doing great. And we'll cast Bless on the Huskies.
Is that like defense sort of thing?
Yeah, as defense to
Okay, cool.
give them bonuses so that they
Awesome.
can maneuver around us better.
Oh, nice. Okay, go ahead and give me a spell check, please.
Okie dokie.
Just make sure that you time it right with all the like combat going on and stuff, and can maintain concentration on it as you
Of
channel it into the
course.
sled.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
nice.
yep.
Okay, so you'll have yet again 15 AC this round because Dravrax does not know how to chill on that defense. Awesome. Ain't no
Perfect.
sleeping on that defense. Okay, now it is time for the mystery moguls. How do they act again? Okay, so I'm gonna roll 1d2. One is you, and two is okay. They're gonna target the Reginas. They see them as the bigger threat right now. They are mistaken, obviously, but we love to see it. Oh, misses. But the Reginas, still having this friendly competition, are absolutely going to target you lot. Could I stop rolling so badly? Like, this is actually painful. Let's see if they get their thing back. Oh, they do, though. They will have their spell for next round. And then the Campus Queens are going to... What do they go for? Okay. Well, let's roll this. That would be Trump Gang. No, it's not. It's 2, not on a D6. That is Mystery Moguls. That I gotta try and get. That's just arranged. Oh! Oh my, so... Trump Gang... No, sorry, Mystery Moguls. Get 2 added to their DC. Okay, now it's time for steering.
Sweet.
So... Front Gang, or Aegon more specifically, how are you going to steer this round?
Just because I am proficient in understanding this style of mobility, of transportation. I mean, I think that animal handling is probably the best way to go.
Nice.
And I am using inspiration for this.
So with this steering, let's have a look here. So the steering is more about like shifting the actual sled from side to side and less about the huskies. I think something like dexterity, which isn't a
Sure.
problem for you, but dexterity animal handling is better than wisdom animal handling in this.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I can
Okay.
do that.
I know for you that's probably better. So
I mean, they're yeah. So, and I'm going to do this with my inspiration. So.
nice, awesome, go for it. DC is 10 because I can't roll against you apparently. Ah, naturally, well done. Yeah, you all managed
Perfect.
to go ahead. Perfect. Okay. Then the others, the mystery moguls, are going to try and roll. They actually passed that one. They maintain their position. The Reginas. Oh, that was wrong. Fine. This one. Ooh, 20. Yeah, they go up ahead. They actually did really well there. And the campus queens.
Hi, Xanther. As the Reginas come up.
Nice. Yeah, they maintain a position as well, the campus queens. Yep, stop.
I actually picture Sabor holding you, Dravrax, and he like kind of slaps your hand, like don't be friendly. But he can't see or anything, and he doesn't talk. He just says, you see his eyes are like totally like just pasty white.
Well, of course I'm gonna be friendly to Xanther. I'm still gonna beat him.
Slap again, you get 2 slaps.
Okay, now it is time for the encouragement. Do you want to encourage this round, or are you gonna happily be in the position you're in?
Interesting. Are we like just getting to the end of the board necessarily?
No. It's gonna be like, I'll have to probably move you back actually, because this is just the position. This is like the relative position you're in. You need to finish 2 rounds in this section here, so we've still got 4 rounds to go.
Oh. With only 4 rounds, we have 3 more uses of it, right? What do y'all think will be out of the Campus Queen's reach for like ranged if we do?
I think.
I'm also going on waiting, just using them for the last 3 rounds.
Okay, well, I think we could use one now, just to see.
We don't take an
I'm trying to
immediate negative,
understand.
right? Like,
No, there's nothing. There's nothing. Oh, it was supposed to be. Fuck.
what happens if we fail it?
If you fail it, you get disadvantage for that round because the Huskies are going kind of out of control on the checks. Yeah, so it is kind of rough.
Then I guess not.
Yeah, I guess let's not use it until we need it to like final push, I suppose. Because we might want to use like inspiration and stuff on it.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Okay, then it is the others. So the Mystery Moguls are not going to encourage this turn. The Reginas, frustrated with y'all, are absolutely going to try and encourage. Nope. They've used that one and they'll have disadvantage on things next round. I'll say that. And then the Campus Queens are, yes, they are going to encourage as well. If it ever does it. Hey, let's go ahead. Okay.
Staying in the race.
That is where we end up after round 2, which now means that you are now, all of a sudden, you find yourselves heading into the alpine forests It's a difficult obstacle course, this one that threatens to cause the players to lose pace and your opponents to get ahead. So, this is where we've ended up here. And, yeah, time for round 3. So, who is going to navigate this round?
I would volunteer to navigate again.
Okay.
If y'all want me to keep defending, that's fine with me.
Okay. So, Sven, go ahead and navigate, please.
All right. So I would like to
Sven,
just take what?
I kind of want to coordinate with you because I'm thinking about doing a boarding action on one of these guys
Okay.
and vortex warping either me or you. I feel like you can probably do something on if you were to get teleported on top of their ship. Thing is, I can only teleport you there, and then I can teleport you back. But that's gonna expend me.
I have like 0 utility spells because I don't have any spell slots left.
So you think I should just go in and sword and mess with them? I won't actually hit anyone, guys. I'm just gonna tease them and make them have to avoid me. I don't want to hurt anyone.
What if you just vortex warp one of their people off of the sled so that they had to stop to get them?
You can't target creatures.
Oh.
You really should be targeting sleds with your
What if
Take
you
a
just
mark.
rapier and your
you can
magic.
The vortex warp the slide, I guess. Like cause it to like be
Us
in the right
forward,
position
or-
to like
yeah.
crash into the tree or something.
There you go. Dryrex
Um,
is only saying, your magic plus melee, for those that are near us, that would also help.
yeah, if anyone attacks us in close range, I guess. Yeah, I'll just hold off. And you're right. You need me on deck. You're right.
Okay, so Sven, go ahead and give me a navigation check.
Okay, I would like to try to just understand the obstacles. I'm just gonna look around and try to more or less investigate the
Yeah.
terrain that I see around me.
That sounds good to me. Finally, a bad roll. So this one wasn't too bad, but it isn't great. So you fail on that one. Alpine trees blanket the area, and you struggle to keep your wits about you and stop the huskies from moving off the trail. Failing to steal here could cause you to lose the path. So right now, because of all the trees and whatever in the way, there's a +1 to opponent's AC to what it takes for you to use defense and for steering checks for the DCs for those. If you successfully steer this round, you will maintain your position, but if you fail, then you will lose position and there will be an additional effect. Rough round, this one. So, who is doing combat this round?
Oh, I'm
Who's-
playing defensive, but with my sword. I was assuming someone got too close. Again.
Well, meta-wise, the Reginas you can hit melee.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can-
round of
they
playing
maintained
as-
that. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
um,
a melee attack
Let me
is +2 to
update
DC.
that on my sheet. I gotcha.
But who's steering this round?
It will not be me.
I could do it again.
Okay. Maybe I'll I don't know if it's better to. I feel like this steering check is important. I might just help you, Aegon, with that.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, so Sven, I'm going to need an initiative roll. Nice. That's a good roll. Nice one. I'll do these ones.
Oh, this will be good. Finally get to use green flame blade.
Okay. Who is? So yeah, who's going up now then? So we've got Prosperine and Seymour. It sounds like her attacking this round or defending.
Prospering will defend.
Go for it. Okay, so how are you going to defend?
He is going to cast Mage Armor on
Okay.
the sled.
Just to explain it as well, like totally fine with what you're doing there, but you can also like use like insight to defend, for example, to make sure like you kind of get some insight into what the enemies are about to do to better protect yourself, things like that. And be a Mage Armor, casting the magic into the sled is fine. Go ahead and make me it's basically a spell attack roll, please. And let's see, you do this. DC. Is
You want me to cast that?
12
Or
for this.
post it?
I just need Prosperine to make a spell attack if you're doing Mage Armor, Prosperine. Yep, that's fine. So you get +3 AC this round. So you are yet again AC 15. Well done. Make sure you mark off that spell. And then Seymour, what are you doing?
I was gonna say I get a booming blade is pretty much free, but I think thematically I'd rather use green flame blade, only because everyone's so close quarters.
Yeah,
And instead of targeting anyone specifically, I'd rather just like make them dance so that they are discoordinated instead of like blasting them with fire
So,
energy.
a weird
don't know.
thing, I said this at the start, but a weird thing about these things is you've got to cast the magic through the sled. So any magic that
right.
needs a weapon attack roll, like you can do melee attack basically against the sleds, against enemy sleds. But if you cast magic, it has to be through the sled. So like melee attack rolls with magic won't work. Like you're not going to get +2 for the melee attack and then +1 for the cantrip as well. It won't be a +3. But you can just do like a thematically melee attack with your blade, and then
do it.
that's fine. So just give me
A rapier
yeah,
or short sword now, but
either or, yeah. And then who are you attacking? Which one? Do you target them?
guys, who's the Reginas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They're gonna have a rough round this round.
Seymour like kind of like stalking, trying to hide behind like Draverax's like form. He like waits for that moment where they turn their heads, and he just like swings off and stands completely sideways off of the sled, and ditching his rapier, basically he stabs it in through the snow, and that's what he's attempting to do. Yes. Hopefully I can stab it into the earth and pin them somewhat.
Nice. That is very
Like
good.
putting a stick in the spokes of a
Yeah.
bike or something.
That hits them. So they're gonna have +2 to their DC this round. Very nice. Well done. And then it's the other people's turn because you two are hanging back this round, yeah, for steering, Dravrax and Aegon?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so round 3, we have the Mystery Moguls finally are going to decide to step up their game right now. They are going to... Mawthorn says, Seymour, you think you're so good. I'm going to beat you. And
I know. He's still standing sideways off the sled.
they're going to use historical bias against you.
I know I'm good.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Fuck! The defense works. They do not hit you. So that's bullshit, because you lot are doing great.
Your boyfriend's pretty good.
Need that. Need that. And need that. And I need... Oh, sorry, I should have been clicking these each time. It's like, got a tracker for me. Okay. So... No, I can take... That was them. Didn't do anything. The Virginias are also going to go straight for you. Because they go for generally who's ever in the lead. So they're going to use their Regina Gambit again. Xanther says, "Sorry, Dreverex." Fuck's sake! I am rolling
for what,
so
sir?
badly.
Sorry for what?
I meant to do that. And then I think we'd have had disadvantage anyway, so it doesn't matter. We won't hit you regardless. No, they don't even get to recharge it. Do the mystery moguls. Yes, and then the campus queens are going to. They're fine there, so they need to.
What does
Okay.
the +2 position thing mean?
Just that the DC they have this round is increased by 2. Just wrong naming for it. Okay. I gotta attack them. Now she missed. Cool.
Whoa.
These rolls are fantastic. Okay. At the end of that round, then it is now the steering check. Aegon and Dreverex. So who's giving who help?
I'm giving Aegon help.
Okay. Aegon, you have advantage, and how are you going to steer?
Can I steer the same way I did last time, or do I need to make a different check? I did the animal handling dex check.
Yeah, you can do the same thing. That's fine.
Fantastic.
Is that two sevens?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
You don't actually have
Terrifying.
anything on your thing there, do you? In the DC, I was +1 to the steer check DC. This DC was 13, unfortunately.
Ugh,
So that is a
goodness.
failure. You lose position, and I now need everyone, please, to make me a wisdom saving throw. As all of a sudden, you try and skid to avoid a tree, and a cold blast of snow heads, like a wave of snow, basically heads over all of you. DC again is 13. Oh, 12 for this. Okay, so the only one. Oh, no. Christ, I swear to God. So Sven fails. So Sven, because of this, the cold shock of this kind of messes with your functions for a moment, and you are going to have disadvantage on your skill, on your rolls next round. The rest of you are okay, but yeah, that's one position behind. The mystery moguls are then going to roll.
I also failed. I only got a 9.
Oh, I didn't see that. Then yes, you also fail, so you're going to have disadvantage on your checks. I thought it was the 12, but that was the other thing. They go back 1. The Reginas have disadvantage on this. Surprising no one, they go back 1. And the Campus Queens. Okay, they maintain position. So
Okay.
at the end of the round,
So I did. So I
We-
did
we
stick
wanna
them
use-
correctly. Good.
We want to use the Huskies.
yes. Okay,
Um,
and
I'll
you
never
can use
take power.
Plog's help as well. The teacher can help you
Okay.
with 1 roll per round.
great.
Plarg, you've been doing great so far. Thank you,
Does
sir.
the disadvantage already apply to Aegon right now?
No, in next round.
Animal handling. Okay, well, actually, I think a wisdom animal handling, I might have a better one. I don't know.
I have +3 to regular animal handling.
We are the same.
So yeah,
Um,
you feel free.
Okay. I will do that with advantage.
I should never do that.
Hey.
Aegon rolls once badly, and you're like, "I'll take the roll from now on." Although that
I
was
haven't
six,
rolled
so
this
fine.
whole round. I wanted to roll dice too.
Automatically, just my whole reputation just gone.
So we do we go up? We go up 1.
Oh shit, that was the wrong person. Yeah.
Trunking.
Okay, Mystery
That would be
Moguls.
really funny if every time you had to make an animal handling, you just happen to never roll really good. So, you, despite having all the animal like background, like written. It just doesn't ever work out with the dice.
It just doesn't work against anything that isn't a giant snake.
Yeah,
Actually,
only with
also,
giant snakes.
this time
or
Driver
spiders.
or Driver X had just blessed the Huskies, so maybe they were just a little bit more like
Yeah, they just,
on my side this time.
that's fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Well, the genius don't have disadvantage to that.
I think I'm allergic to dogs.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Wouldn't know though. Can someone help me back on the cart, please?
Ha!
Wow, they did it.
Yes. The Regina's are good.
Oh my god, they're rolling really
They're
good,
actually
yeah.
rolling well.
All right, here.
Like,
I'm actually
nothing
see.
is hit so
I'm
far.
not.
We must destroy them.
See, I'm not mad when they do good. Like it's kind of fun to see what they're capable of doing when their cart works well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so this is round 4. Is this going okay so far? People enjoying this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I'll assume everyone's silent or fucking hates it, but you'll just have to enjoy. Okay. So
Oh my
at the
god.
start of the next round, who we got?
Sorry about my
who's
cough.
navigating?
I would be happy to navigate this round.
Yeah, I think it's a bad idea for me to navigate.
Okie doke.
I can navigate or steer.
I can't steer, so
I'll steer then.
I will happily navigate. So Draverax is just going to take a forward position on the sled and use its height to really see above like hills and around rocks and just be able to look for that best path.
Okay.
So basically just perception. what I'm
yeah,
thinking.
that's fine. Go for that.
And I will be using my inspiration for advantage.
Okay. Put everyone in position here. Oh, nice one. Well done. Okay, so a clearing amongst the trees is up ahead. If you can steer well enough, you'll get ahead with ease. So on a successful steer check, you will move up a position. If you fail, you maintain your position this round.
Awesome.
Okay. See, and you thought this would be balanced. You're doing fucking fine. You're doing great. Next up then, that was... I'm going to need you to roll me initiative, please, Dropbox.
Oh, right.
This is the
That.
downside. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh, not bad for me.
Okay, who is going up next then?
I will just get this out of the way.
Okay. What are you going to do?
I'm going to cast light. Wait.
Oh, I lied. Sorry, they've got a... I didn't expect to actually roll higher than a 12, so apparently everyone's going before you this round. So that might change some things.
Alright, waste all your good rolls on initiative.
Huh.
Means defense is going to be tough this round. Okay, well, you won't get a defense this round. So sorry, Sven, 1 second. I really didn't expect to roll like that. Okay, so the Mystery Moguls are going to cry. And when they're done doing that... Directly ahead. Okay, so they're going to go for the Campus Queens. Ranged attack. Missing, nice, good. Then it is the Campus Queens. And they will go for the Trunk Gang.
Gotta be honest, I kind of like this alpine area.
Do let us catch up. This is... you've been ahead the entire time.
Oh, hey there, Quintilius. I could hardly hear you back there.
Oh my...
This is not true.
So stupid. So dumb.
Aww.
Don't worry, I'll slow them down. I'm gonna have this as like Nora says this now. And they're gonna attack you with a melee attack. I want something negative to happen to the group. Be nice. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, like they're so aggressive. I kind of like them. You know, they don't ever not attack. It's Like,
So nothing happens this round. Interesting. Wow, what a fun little mechanic when I can't roll higher than a 10. You're right about me using my rolls in initiative. Okay. What do you lot want to do then? Assuming nobody wants to defend this round.
hey guys, what if we help the mystery moguls, and then we team up with them and take on the other guys? What if I vortex warp them forward?
Hey, Seymour, what if we threw you off the sled?
You'd have to
Jesus.
fight me, and I know that you'd lose. He looks up. He like gets up in your like chest.
Sven raises his arms and looks at his thunder gauntlets.
Oh.
Seymour smirks. He literally doesn't have a rapier. He lost it. He no longer has a sword.
Guys, calm down.
I would
Yes,
like
let's-
to.
Go for it.
I would like to. Can I cast Lightning Lure on the Regina's sled?
Thank
Sure,
God he didn't
yeah.
say Seymour.
Gotta
Yeah,
make a
so-
I
solid
know,
attack.
right?
What I want to like. So my goal is to create a lash of lightning energy that strikes at the back of their sled,
Yeah.
so that it pulls the back of their sled towards us, and like, they're gonna like wobble and lose speed.
Okay, do you want to like make a melee attack then for this one? Because that'll give you more.
Ooh,
damage.
can I
You
get my
just-
sword?
You can just use like shocking grasp or something, but it's like flavored. It is lightning lure that you're using.
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it. So just
And
do that
I'm
attack roll.
Rolling this at disadvantage.
Yes. Uh, 12, unfortunately, just misses them. So you try and reach out with the lure, and it just goes shy. So- that was really cool, though. I am so sorry your roll is as bad as mine at this minigame so far.
It's fine.
I'm sorry, man.
Uh,
I got my sword back because you brought the sled closer, right? No?
So who's going next out of Prosperine? It's Seymour and Aegon.
Or is that lost in the snow way back there, Bench? Like, it's not
No,
stuck
you're
on their
fine.
cart.
You're like just it's more about harassing them than necessarily like you've not lost your sword.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Realizes he's been holding it this whole time.
He picks it up off the deck of the ship. Who got this for me? Did you do that, Aogen?
Prosperine will go with the first thing he did for this and use Ray of Frost on the campus queens again.
Nice.
I'm gonna need
Although
you
reliable,
to stay back there.
You'll miss. I'm sure of it.
There's a good chance.
They're ahead, Quintilius. They're not going to miss all the time.
And this is a disadvantage? Or
no,
normal?
No,
Normal.
you're
roll your check.
fine.
Just Aegon and Sven
Oh.
have disadvantage this one.
Oh, okay.
Fuck
Ooh.
off.
Pretty.
Nice. Okay. That hits. Well done. You're great. I'm not frustrated at all. Seymour and Aegon, who is going next? Are either of you steering or?
I'll
I
be
am
steering.
not. Yeah, I was like, I am not steering. I will attempt.
Put on aviators.
Bailey, the
Nice.
Regina's climb.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt another round of trying to get their huskies to be enticed by steak because I'm convinced it'll work. I don't have the greatest luck at the moment, but I think it'll work.
Okay.
So I am going. It's hold on. D20 plus 3.
I'm gonna say because you're close by, like you're able to like spam it for a little bit and try and make it more effective. So it'd be like a melee attack roll if you succeed on this.
Still with my
Yeah, but with your wisdom and stuff because you're using the
wisdom
spell.
and proficiency. Okay, but I still have disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. Just it.
Oh, that was nearly 19.
Yeah.
Misses, unfortunately. We don't need the other one.
Yeah, obviously.
Nice. And then Seymour. Are you steering this round? Oh, I've got to do everyone else's checks. But yeah, how are you going to be steering this round?
he is honestly very intimidated by Sven, and that was all big like performance on his part. So he grabs like the front again and is like actually a little shaken, and drops it just for a moment to focus on like to like break away from the group, be a loner again. He's gonna kick it. Why are the moguls not? He feels bad for the moguls, honestly. Should we break from the Reginas, or?
We're winning. We're supposed to win.
Well, yeah, but I can't just leap us forward.
Right.
It's gonna be acrobatics. It's gonna be the roll, but I'd like to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Well, you got Plug helping you if you wanted, but
Oh,
you can use the inspiration.
But then let's just do that. Let's do that instead,
Okay.
but with the same effect.
Hey, so naturally you're all fucking fabulous, and you go ahead. Awesome. Yes. Well done. I mean, to be fair, you are the hero, so you should. Then congrats. Then it is time to encourage. So,
Yes.
Mr. Muggles will not, because they're idiots. The Campus Queens will. Come on, please. I swear to God.
Yes.
Why am I rolling this bad?
Why do they hate
Because
animals?
you love us. That's what it
This
is.
is
You
boring.
don't want us to.
Whatever, the teachers
you don't
are gonna
want us
help
to
them
lose.
for the next 2 rounds. Fuck off.
I like to win. This is not boring. I enjoy this.
Yeah, winning's not boring. Winning's great.
Then the Reginas.
Hey Benji, occasionally you can just let your players like
Oh my God.
just dunk an encounter, like once in a while.
No.
Maybe once in a module even.
No. Not happening.
It actually is fun.
Never
No.
surrender.
Bullshit. I dare you all. Okay. So wait, was this round 3 or 4? This was round 4, wasn't it?
4, you
Round
said.
4.
Okay, so now are you going to encourage or not? Did you say?
Yes.
You want to? Okay,
We
who's
did say yes.
encouraging?
Do I still have disadvantage?
You still have a disadvantage.
I can encourage.
Not me, guys.
All right, I'll just roll regular, I suppose. Great. I kind of knew that was gonna happen.
Nice. Okay, unfortunately the Huskies get a bit unruly and you will not push forward and you have disadvantage on your rolls. Next round. Well, I mean, that's just the same with everyone. Everyone failed with the Huskies. That's great. So you've used 2 of those now. Okay. Next round then, round 5. So in round 5, you lot are like far the fuck ahead, but the map can't appropriately show how ahead you are of some of them. I'm gonna go like that, I guess. Okay.
We're gonna destroy these guys.
I'm gonna move us all up because the mystery miracles are so behind. So, in the final round, you'll all end up on
I feel bad for them.
the frozen. You know what? It's gonna turn around. Everyone's gonna destroy you now. The frozen lake. The difficulty here is increased, and any slight mistake may spell disaster. So the base DC for this place is 14.
Yes.
Who is navigating?
I shall navigate.
Okay,
so
sounds
remember,
good.
everyone's got disadvantage this round. So if you have inspiration, you definitely might want to use it, and somebody definitely probably wants to use Plog's advantage too.
I am going to
Use it.
Yeah, I am going to use my inspiration for this steering check.
Okay.
And I'm going to once again check out the lay of the land and investigate any obstacles that we might be seeing, and just the general construction of this part of the course.
Okay. So remember, you've used inspiration, which cancels out the disadvantage. So this is a flat roll, and you're using investigation. It sounds like, or was it?
Yes,
nature?
investigation.
Okay, go for it.
Does that make you feel better?
No, I want you to do. I want you specifically to do well. You've had that's so sad. That's so.
Well,
I feel really bad
There
about
it
that.
is.
Great breaks in the ice. If it was anyone else, I'd be like cheering, but yeah. Great breaks in the ice and the slippery surface cause your team to struggle greatly. The chattering teeth of your professor only reinforce how threatening the cold is here. One wrong move might send you crashing through the ice into frigid waters. So this round, fuck. The professor offers no help because Plarg is too busy being cold, and it's plus 2 DC to all rolls. So the DC for most rolls right now is 16.
Same.
Successful steer check only maintains a position, and a steer failure means that you lose the position, and an additional effect happens. This is real tough. This one for you.
Yeah, at least you're warm-blooded, bro. Come on.
So, what's this roll for?
Ooh.
Oh,
That's
initiative.
right.
Very nice. Combat time.
Here we go.
You know what would be cool though if like they catch up this round and then in the last round you win, rather than the state that it is now. That's what I want. So thank you, Ben.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was all planned. I'm just helping you out. DM to DM.
Yeah, right.
Did you say dunk on a party? Is that what your prescription was?
That's what I'd like to do. Yeah. No. So, Mystery Megals are going up first. So, what do they do?
Oh, good thing they're so fucking far behind us.
Yeah,
they
they
can't-
literally can't even target you. So the Mystery Moguls directly ahead of them. Okay, so they're going to try and do the disadvantage shit. Well, they're missing anyway, so it won't matter. The Campus Queens also too far behind. Miss. Now it is your team's turn. So, what are the rest of you doing this turn?
I feel it would be wise for us to defend our lead at this point.
Hey, Driver X.
Ooh.
Yes, I can. Someone should help steer.
I'll steer.
I think we should have 2 people steering as
As difficult
since we
as the
can't have
terrain is.
Plarg help.
I agree with that.
Hey, I can do it.
We could potentially have 2 people doing each thing.
Yeah, I'll help Seymour.
Does that mean I won't need my inspiration die?
So how steering works is you need more successes than failures. Okay. So if you have 2 of you doing the steer check and 1 person helping you, so you cancel out the disadvantage. Even if you were to get 1 success and 1 failure, you still wouldn't pass the steer check because you need more successes than failures.
So are you saying that for it to even be possible for us to pass this steer check, we need like all 4 people steering?
No. Just on the checks that you make for steering, you just need 1 success. So 1 of you helping and 1 of you steering, you could get that. But if you do it in like 2 teams of 2, if one of them's a success and one of them's a fail, the success won't outweigh the fail. For example, it'll cancel it out and you'll just count as failing. You need more successes than failures.
Oh, I mean, I was previously suggesting that like 1 person defend and they get an assistant defending.
That's clever, yeah.
And 1 person steer and they get assistant steering.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Oh, okay. Ooh, do you want to use the spell slot, Prosper, and you want me to? Or should we just go with cantrips because everything's at disadvantage?
I have to wait to make my steer check till the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had planned to show the Reginas what I had just shown the Campus Queens.
Oh, so you want to attack? Nice.
Oh, go for it. Okay,
Is
I
that
would
like
do.
aiding or defending.
I would. I want a little bit of defense because we can't have that
Okay.
DC go up any higher.
Okay.
So I guess Dravarax will ba ba ba. Yeah, this ace, we can't get. I don't want us to get hit. So Dravarax will enhance ability the sled.
Okay, so you need a DC 16 roll at disadvantage, please.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Well, okay. I'm just gonna use the first level. Well,
Can I assist Dravarax since Seymour has indicated that they're feeling inspired about steering?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so that will cancel. So a normal DC 16 check.
Yikes! It's still hard
Using
for
your
me.
spellcasting.
Yeah, I know.
11 or higher.
Oh,
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Okay, so that is you've got
That's-
16 AC this round.
16 AC.
Bloody hell. Cash. Well done.
Hits.
Okay, so that is you two, and then Prosperine, you're wanting to attack. Oh,
That was
you have-
awesome.
Remember, you got disadvantage, so you need to roll again, please.
Oh, okay.
Hit him again. I love the animations.
Oh
It's
my
crazy.
Nice.
Thankfully, it's not a crit, but that is still +1 to their DC. Well done.
I said crits were doubled.
They are, but this was a disadvantage, so
Boo.
I know, right? Nice,
Ugh.
nice. Okay, so that's Prosperine. God, you good people. And then it is time
That's
for
what I thought you said.
the Reginas. You'll have Lorene go, "That's mighty rude of you. Fear me!" And she starts throwing something in the air, and you see rain of frogs begin to fall upon your sled. It's going to be a ranged attack roll at disadvantage and has to beat an AC of 16.
Delicious.
Get raked! Only +1 though. Okay, so you've got an extra 1 to your steering check, so the steering check this round is DC 17 now.
All right.
Okay, at the end of that, steering checks. Yay! So again, with
Acrobatic?
disadvantage. Well, hold on, let me just do the other ones first.
Okay.
Oh! Well done, yeah, they get to go forward, nice.
Good for them.
Good
Yes.
for them.
So we want.
Then we have the
No.
Campus Queens.
That's not correct.
Well,
Disadvantage.
I like some of the folks on that cart, but
Nope, they get
I like
back
us better.
behind. Got the thing on 'cause it's still up there. Okay, and then it's now your group's turn. So, time to steer. DC 17, Seymour. What skill are you using for it?
I'd like to use the steady acrobatics.
Steady acrobatics. What's steady acrobatics?
It's my type.
Okay,
And you're doing.
I have advantage, or I have normal,
you've got normal, and you need to beat DC
and I
17.
mark the inspiration off.
Oh,
Ah,
Oh,
I've been rolling so
okay.
well
With
tonight.
that, all of a
It
sudden,
happens though. That's a 9.
you find yourselves quickly slipping off one of the ice patches you're on into the water, and just before the Huskies pull you out, you are quickly dumped into some horribly cold water. I'm going to need everyone, please, to make me a con save.
Oh my god.
Do I have advantage cold related?
What, with the clothing? No.
I have to ask.
Have to ask, yeah. So remember the DC for this is, I think it's 14 because it's just the Okay, so
Come on.
who failed?
I think I probably
Everybody
did.
but Sven.
Okay, well, it's 3d6 damage, cold damage, or half as much on a success.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you take 7 points of cold damage, or half as much if you succeeded.
So 3.
So 3. Or I thought I succeeded. So
Yeah, you take 3
I'm
points of damage then.
fuck me. I didn't need to roll for concentration. I crit.
Very good. That's what they're for.
Yeah. You concentrated the shit out of not freezing to death.
Can I get the damage hit? What was it again? 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Has everyone taken that off?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Not seen up, but yeah, I know you're in the process of. Oh, and you just died.
Why did it do that? Why did it do that?
You just died. Oh, no.
Hit enter and it was like execute, kill character.
Ah!
So dramatic.
And then it is up to the Reginas to try and steer with disadvantage. And they succeed.
They don't have a DC 16 to hit?
No, it's
Or
different.
17?
Because they don't do the navigation roll, so theirs is just naturally higher, but it means that toward the end of the race they have it slightly easier than you do. It's been DC 13 throughout the entire race for them. Okay. To maintain position is DC 13. And then to get ahead it's DC 18. And then obviously it gets modified by what you do in combat. So they had DC 14 right now. Which I think is pretty balanced overall.
We've been kind of kicking ass on the steering, so I think that was our first dip.
You have. Okay, sorry. Did you want to encourage with your last
No,
one?
no,
No?
please.
Okay. You're not going to. The Moguls will attempt to. They fail. The Campus Queens will. Disadvantage. Hey, they go ahead. They don't have disadvantage. And then the Reginas, who still should have had disadvantage before. Yes, they can't because they've used those also. They won't have disadvantage anymore. Okay. Good to know. So at the start of the next round, this is the final round now, folks. Are you ready?
Man, if you fall a lot, you could have been really hurt by then.
Let's go ahead. Who is navigating in this final round for us?
I can navigate or steer.
I can navigate, but I would be bad at steering. I think navigation is probably the thing that I'm best at in this minigame.
I mean,
Okay.
not so far, but...
It's thematically accurate too.
Can we help people navigate?
Yep, you can use your action to help.
I'd like to do that then.
I imagine your
Plug
like vision
Plug can
is
help
not.
on the navigation as well if you wanted to. Up to
Oh,
you.
Oh yeah, have Plarg help.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you want Plarg to give me a hand with this?
yes.
Right, roll with
Alright.
advantage. Do really well. Yes, Fed, come on.
Does Sven have like vision for hazardous weather conditions?
Maybe. I mean, it's Sven had Druidcraft.
Like in case of cave-ins that are dusty and stuff, it's like, oh, I can see through the snow really easily.
Yeah, for sure. And I should get a bonus for that. So Sven will turn to Plarg.
Haven't you
and
given yourself guidance?
I stopped preparing guidance. Sven will turn to Plarg and say, Plarg, is there any information that you can help me with regarding the nature of this ice?
Yes, of
And-
course. And then helps.
And then helps.
And then help.
So this is advantage with a nature roll.
Yep. And that's precisely where the boat sank, he says, steering
That's
you
very
around.
helpful.
Yeah, exactly. And so now you get a boon. And so you see that whilst most would struggle to have their sled find purchase on such frictionless terrain, you have navigated your team to a path that has seen some snowfall and as such can move with good speed and precision. On a successful steer, you move up one position, and on a failure, you maintain position. Well done.
Excellent.
You use Pog's thing. Who's next? Oh, wait.
But yeah,
Combat.
initiative time.
Yes, pause.
Yikes.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta go in for you now, seeing that you're so far ahead. Okay. I need to just roll.
So we're last. Alright, I guess I'm not defending. Who needs help steering?
Okay, so the campus queens are going to look ahead, and they're going to use campus mockery against you. And your AC
It's
is
just rude.
back down to 12. You ready?
Nope.
Hey! So this is +3 to your DC this round. And attacks made against the campus queens have disadvantage. Because they mocked you. You think you're so good? Well, we're better. Something like that. I hate vicious mockery. It's like the worst thing. So that's 3. Let's see if they regain it. They do not. Last one anyway. It's +3 to you. Okay.
They hit us with a +1 on us.
No, +3. It's a spell. A level 2 spell. They get it's like a thing that they can recharge, but they only get 1 attack run. Then it is the Regina's. You're also going to go for you. Shocking no one. They do not have their thing back, so they can only do a ranged attack. There's nearly 17. They miss. And then the mystery moguls are going to go for the Reginas with historical bias. With disadvantage. And miss. Awesome. Okay. So it is Trunk Gang's turn in combat. What are you going to do?
Gravex is gonna help someone steer.
Okay. Rex is helping. Who is doing anything in combat?
I mean, this is the last round, right?
Yep.
So, like,
Yep.
all we need to do is not lose a position.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep that in mind. That's Sven's tactical advice.
Technically, the Reginas could match your position. If you didn't gain anything and they did, they would match you.
So,
Kill
I
them.
have to wait.
so we'll have two people steering, and then 2 attacks on the Reginas to try to
Who
make
wants
their
to
DC
steer?
higher.
I shall.
Okay, so Seymour and Javrak are going to be steering, and then you two are going to try and attack the Reginas.
Thank you for evening it out to the advantage.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
will
will
have
get
to
advantage.
approach.
So Frostbreen and Aegon, what are you doing?
To play it safe, Prosperine is gonna cast Mage Armor again.
You don't. Everyone's already attacked, so there's no point in defending right now.
Oh, all the other teams have attacked?
They've all. Yeah,
Yep.
you had the lowest initiative.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well then, he is going to go the other way with this, and he's gonna use Firebolt on the Reginas.
Nice. Go ahead and make the spell attack. Nice.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Well done. That's a +1 to their thing. Very good. And Aegon?
How do my key points do anything in this? Would I have an opportunity to gain multiple attacks if I used one?
I'll say I'll treat it as like a spell thing. So I'll say every 2 key points is like a spell slot.
That's a lot. Okay, I am just going to. I'm gonna throw a dart at the Reginas sled, hoping that it like jams something.
Okay, cool. I mean, you get your key points on a short rest, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would never give you combat straight after something like this. That would be so rude. I would never do something.
Yeah, that's what I'm gambling on. So here's my dart.
Okay. Oh,
Unbelievable.
misses, unfortunately.
Okay,
Good
well.
attempt.
all I got.
Oh, my cat's being super cute.
Oh.
Okay, then it is time for the steer checks going around. Okay, so just so we know what position people end up in. Go on, roll amazingly. Got this. Hey, they did. They go there. Then it is the Reginas. Oh, they go back.
Yes.
And then the Messiahs roll.
Excellent.
We got this.
Oh, with disadvantage. Oh, yay! They go for it. Okay, so really it's just about how much you beat people. What I will say is this. If you manage to go ahead, you will beat Javanesh's old score. If you stay where you are, then you will not have beaten Javanesh's score from last year.
We gotta get our leaderboard.
Okay, here we go.
Leaderboard, yeah.
Any more?
Oh, you know I want to get
There's
this.
a +3 to this. This is a DC 17 for this check.
Okay.
You have an advantage.
All right, Dravrax with me. Let's do this.
You got it.
I have advantage then?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 12 or higher.
Well done! Amazing! You
Sick.
lot get ahead. So, in under Javanesh's time, 57 minutes 34 seconds rather than 57 minutes 48 seconds.
We still have one more Husky encouragement.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Let's stunt on him.
You wanna
What
stunt
I
on that?
mean,
You could.
what? Yeah, I guess.
There's no downside.
Yeah,
There's
there is no
next turn to have
downside.
disadvantage on.
Yeah.
No, we
Okay,
still
I'll
have
say
one.
if you succeed this, you will have beaten the all-time score that anyone's ever
Ooh.
set.
Go ahead and do it.
Who's doing it?
You came up with the idea, so I assumed you were gonna roll.
I did not
It's
come
an
up
animal
with the idea.
handling
Well, it
check,
is a
right?
animal
Oh, I
handling.
meant
So-
Sven. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Well-
not gonna do an animal handling.
All right, I will try. I will try it. I'm
I
sorry.
hate these dogs.
Do it. You got it.
The dogs do
Dude,
not.
me
keep
too.
responsibility.
Me too.
Nearly nat 20. Well done. And you managed to go forward even more. Woo! Okay,
Amazing.
You stomp the competition. As you end, you come across off the ice lake, and ahead of you, you see a gorgeous ice palace towering out in front. A range and audience of people, like you see hundreds of them, all begin to clap as you all approach. And though you may have been neck and neck at some points in the race, you leave the others in the icy, snowy dust, as it were, as you keenly enter into the Ice Palace courtyard well before your competitor. At this point, we are going to take a break. So I'm going to want a 15-minute break.
That was fun,
So we'll come
everyone.
back 3:45. But yeah, I'll see you folks in a bit.
Okay.
Sounds
All right.
good.
That was really fun.
Good work,
Thank you.
everyone.
Well done,
That was
well
right.
done.
That was good. Thanks.
Need to pause the stream just a moment. I'm glad that worked out well. I wonder. I think the dice could like really swing things, but yeah, I think that worked very well overall. Be right back. Hello.
I,
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry about the slight delay. Do we have Jess back?
Yes.
I see Figo's muted.
He's getting here.
Okay.
He's coming.
Bye.
Spirit.
Yep.
Just heard Thomas and Wyatt.
yeah, I said hi.
Oh, okay. I mean, everyone said it at once, so I couldn't quite hear. Okay. So, as the race ends, you are cheered and congratulated by your peers, Strixhaven faculty, and a lot of the Strixhaven alumni that many of you haven't seen before. Plarg is especially pleased with the results of what you've done and says, "That was phenomenal. I am so impressed with how you went about doing that. Well done. I've never seen a team race so well."
Drunk gang.
Trunk gang indeed. Look, I was
Undoes his hood.
I was gonna hold on to this myself, but I think that after a race like that, I'm kind of done with all the cold that my aging bones can deal with. The Orc Dean of Chaos says, and then
Yes, I hope they have a
Sorry.
fire inside the ice temple.
me too, and pulls out a pair of boots and says, "I'm not sure. Looking around, do any of you look unreasonably dressed? Who doesn't have winter clothing?"
Aegon is just a puff of fur, so they technically are not wearing any.
Okay.
Except for the sick beanie that Dravarax embroidered for them.
They should be able to fit your size. They're sort of magic like that, Plarg says, and hands over to you a pair of boots, which are basically like half your size right now.
Half my size.
Mhm. Try them on.
Oh, can I? I don't even know if I can get it. And Aegon just awkwardly tries to step into them.
Okay. The boots quickly reduce in size and fit your feet quite nicely. These are nice winter walking boots. They are known as boots of the Winterlands.
Yeah.
Oh my, these are great, and they definitely don't count as armor, right?
Oh no, they don't count as armor. They're just clothing.
Oh, this is great. Does anyone else need it though? I'd feel bad taking these from anybody.
You look really good in those.
It's just this tiny puff of an owl with these
Uggs.
tiny little Ugg boots and a beanie.
You're so cute.
How do I show this to? There you go. Has that popped up for people?
Yes.
There you go.
Heck
So,
yes.
You've now got resistance to cold damage. You ignore difficult terrain created by ice or snow, and you can tolerate temperatures as low as -50 degrees Fahrenheit. If you wear heavy clothes, you can tolerate temperatures as low as -100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Beautiful.
Very good. Okay. Oh, so, look, you'll be briefly swarmed by people and wanting to catch up with you and congratulate you, but I know something happened before. Before you get taken to your room, should we talk now, or do you want to talk after you've got yourselves settled? There'll be plenty of time to talk tonight during the meal, but I'm free if you need me.
Goodness, I think we all could just use a bit of a breather, Professor Plarg.
Okay, but you feel safe now, right? You're okay.
I I am concerned that whatever attacked us seemed to have left some sort of magical effect on us. That seems to be some sort of tracking effect.
Okay, one moment. And Plarg kind of looks over you. He never really looks directly at you because he's blind and sort of kind of always looks past you. But you kind of get the sense from him he's is actually analyzing you and looking kind of you all up and down. It can't, I mean, aside from those boots and your armor, Sven, and your various items that you all have, I can't detect any sort of magic right now. What was the thing that you say harassed you?
It looked like a huge insect with a carapace, and it had purple spines on the back of it that seemed to fill up with every time that we used magic, and then all of the purple spines burst and covered us with some sort of magical aura.
Roll me an intelligence nature check at advantage, please.
I feel really stupid. I said I drew it. I feel really dumb.
Nice. Okay. With that roll, Plarg seems to understand exactly what you're talking about. He says, "Oh no, a mage hunter. That's what you've been up against." Well, you said it was just the one, though.
Is
Yes.
that what that is?
We only saw one.
They hunt in pairs usually.
Then we were very lucky. It was quite.
They are creatures not from this plane. They're used by a well, some would say a shadowy group known as the Auric, that often kind of move and work against the dragons and the Dragon's Guards. It's a group, and unfortunately that, well, like a terrorist organization, they've made moves against Strixhaven before. You say that was this before you started the... Oh, I need to change the bloody music. This is very off-putting for me. You say that you experienced this just before you were teleported here, or what?
It was during the teleportation.
During the teleportation?
It was like
Yes.
it crawled at us as we were traveling.
Immediately before we beat the historical sled dog race record. That is correct.
I'm glad you've still got your sense of humour. He says, giving Sven a smile. But this thing didn't follow you out of there, right? I didn't see it with you. Did you leave it? How did it leave you? What happened?
We fought it, and it seemed like every time that we cast spells, those purple spines on its back would glow. I think I'm remembering that correctly.
Yep.
And then at the end, it seemed like they all burst and covered us in some aura, and then it left on its own, and that's when we arrived.
They come in different forms. They have a hunting and seeking form, and the way that the way that they work is that they feed off of magic, so that you can use magic against them, but they're able to twist it against you, and they're able to sniff out mages and those with magical items by using that purple aura that you spoke of. Look, I don't know whether they somehow followed you here, or whether they came from Strixhaven, or if they managed to just pop into the teleportation halfway through. I've certainly seen nothing around here myself, and I would be well, deadly surprised if they managed to come from Strixhaven, so it indicates to me that they came halfway through, but I'm not going to place any bets on it either. You've not seen anything suspicious since, have you?
No.
It was, like I said, it was immediately before the race, so you've been with us since then.
As you all kind of like are like now settling, getting off the sled and stuff, you see a group of people beginning to come over, and Plarg quickly says, "Look, I think I'm happy if you want to do this. I'm going to support you, whatever. I think we should probably tell people, but at the same time, the Eureka are often made up by former Strixhaven alumni, and I mean, even current faculty could technically be an Eureka if you're to believe the things. That means that maybe we should tell the Dragon's Guard, but if we were to do that, the entire place would be shut down, and they would use the opportunity, especially with that new captain of theirs, to interrogate everybody here about all manner of things."
Seymour rolls his eyes.
I need you lot to make a decision about what you want to do. It doesn't necessarily need to be right now. I think you all do need to rest, but after you've rested, by dinner tonight, I think we need to work out how we proceed with this. But you have to be aware, this is what you're telling me. This is dangerous stuff. This could threaten Strixhaven itself if not looked into properly. But he says, looking around again, as more like again these other like characters are getting closer. But telling the wrong person could also spell disaster for, well, I mean, for all of you in particular.
Well then. What Sven turns to the rest of the group and says, What do all of you think about the situation?"
As much
I
as
think
I'd
it's
like
getting.
to meet...
Go ahead.
No, you.
I think this is getting over our head. We were able to handle most of the events before, but this is on another level.
Look, students, here. And Plarg presents you with a stone that has a face that looks like it's midway through a sentence on it. This is a sending stone. If you need to contact me at any point, you can use this to get in touch with me, okay?
Thank you, sir.
There is a third option here right now, rather than telling the Dragon's Guard or the Eureka. If the creature wasn't actually trying to... If it left, I mean, if that's what you're saying to me, that it left after you hurt it enough, then it was just sniffing you out. It's probably just after something. If we can find out what it wants first, maybe this will give us the information we need to allow us to proceed properly ahead, but... I mean, that's a risk in and of itself.
Well, I think we should get to our rooms, get somewhere private, and we can discuss it there. There's gonna be a lot of people around soon.
Haha! The winners are here! Good to see you all, says a rather striking middle-aged gentleman who is wearing some fine armor and has a large pauldron on one of the shoulders. Sir Dante Wildemir at your... What did they say? In your acquaintance? What did they say? My brain's just blanked. At your acquaintance? Whatever.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Pleased to meet you. What is your name, good fellow?
Seymour Metcalf, sir.
Metcalf?
He takes a very noble bow.
You might know of my nephew. Here he is. And you see Grayson walking over. Hey, Uncle. Well done, Trunk Gang. You certainly impressed a lot of people.
Certainly, you put up a fine race yourself, Grayson.
I'm not sure about that. Quintilius was quite into trying to damn you all, but yeah. I don't think, unfortunately, the trials and tribulations of live-action role-playing have quite equipped Cadorus or Rosie Miffenbip to properly be able to navigate a husky sled through actual terrain rather than whatever imagination terrain they end up playing with. Ah, future dragon god, I see. You're just gonna have more NPCs coming up to you until you dismiss yourself.
bet.
Future dragons god, I see here. And somebody who is adorned
I don't know
in
about that.
ceremonial dragon's god armor approaches. I wouldn't speak too soon. Skills like that, often a sign of greatness, I say. The name is Captain Sven Snillfort.
Oh,
Nice to meet you. My name is also Sven. Well, I guess it's more of a nickname.
Oh? My, look at you. Aren't you fantastic?
Sven like puts their thumbs like kind of behind the apron
Mhm.
and like definitely very proud of the apron, and Sven is going to assume that any compliment at this point is really a compliment of the apron. Yes, it is a very wonderful apron, is it not?
You seem equipped for any scenario, really. I've been looking into the deep mine industries and their elementals. Quite the forward-thinking company, aren't they? I would be interested to see how you navigate the other challenges here at the Ice Palace over the next few days.
I guess we shall see how it goes. For now, I think we should probably be getting a little rest. That was a very grueling race.
Oh, well, yes, of course. Don't let me hold you up. Oh, Plarg! Hi, it's nice to see you again. It's been ages. And then you just see, like, the NPCs begin to, like, kind of mingle amongst themselves. And you see a kind of dark-haired, dark-skinned human rushing over to Plarg, who seems to recognize the voice immediately and shouts out, "Oh, Gabby! Oh, it's great to see you! I hear you've made some donations to the challenges ahead." And yeah, they just begin talking back and forth about the tree dressing later and the other things. At this point, Nora rushes out, because she was always at the Ice Palace and definitely not sled racing, and says, "Hi! I saw you guys come first. Well done. That's so impressive. Hagen, nice new shoes."
Thanks, Nora. Yeah, it was quite the race. I'm glad you guys got to see it. I can't believe we pulled ahead that well. And yeah, these boots are pretty nice, aren't they? I can't believe they even fit.
I mean, between the help you gave me on open day and then the help you gave me on campus, I've seen you all in action. You're kind of fantastic, all of you. But look, I wanted to welcome you to the Ice Palace. I'm the student liaison here. I know, quite fitting, seeing as I'm the dormitory resident assistant as well. I've got the room set up for you. Now you're free to mingle with anybody you want, but if you'd like, I can take you to the dorms now. You all look a little rough, even though you came first. Is everything okay?
Yeah, just hit a few run-ins and it was quite cold. We got dipped into the water a little bit there. But yeah, if bringing us to our dorms would be great, Nora.
Sure,
A rest
okay.
would be lovely.
It'll be
And-
nice to celebrate with everybody tonight. So say more like waving to some of like the softball team.
Yeah, and I was about to say,
Like
at this point,
hearing
like, all
that the rest of the group wants to leave, he's like, all right, I'll catch you guys later. Like Javernash, Melwithorn, and Talana.
Nice. Yeah, all the other students are starting to like kind of mingle and come toward the ice palace, ready to get out of these. Some of them have like very wet clothes after dunking into the same kind of puddles and stuff. Not puddles, lake that you did on the frozen lake stint of the race. Definitely, all these first years want to go in and change and rest as well, much like you all. So
I wish my mother could have seen this place. It's so beautiful.
right, isn't it? Oh, it's so wonderful. Okay, so you all can go and find your rooms. This ice palace is basically like the ice palace in Frozen, not gonna lie. It's kind of like that, you know, kind of deal. It's all made out of ice, but seems to not be slippy or anything. Like, has quite good traction on it.
By
And
design.
as you enter, you hear the other student NPCs that are walking with you and finding the rooms and stuff, talking about the tree dressing challenge up ahead. It seems to be the next thing on the agenda tonight, and they're talking about like how they're going to design their trees and how cool it is to have their own tree. Join them at the drag show afterwards. Melithorn says, like, I speak to trees all the time. I don't really see why this is such a fascination. And then Xantha says, yeah, well, not everybody is like you, Melithorn. It's sometimes it's nice to, I don't know, meet different creatures. And these aren't just any trees. They're, well, trees that don't get the chance to speak usually. And they get awakened and have all the faculties of, I don't know, any kind of humanoid creature. It's quite a ride, but they're creatures that have lived, you know, in the same place and seen things like time pass for decades, and he kind of just like Xantha's obviously very excited about it.
Hearing that Seymour does like get a little awestruck. Like his eyes kind of get big. He's like, what rich knowledge.
And then Greta
He likes
pipes
old
up
people.
and says, not to mention there's the cloak that the Stonebiters Guild donated. I want to get that because then I can sneak into the gym anytime I want without people constantly trying to stop me and telling me it's too late. It's never too late to lift weights.
That's Greta.
Sounds. Yeah, that sounds right for sure. You should definitely. Yep.
You want to be on my team? You want to help me win it, or are you Trunk Gang sticking together?
I think anyone
You should help her.
me? I mean, but we're we're the Trunk Gang. We can't do that. We gotta.
Pardon the pun. Do you need a wingman?
I mean, whichever team wins it gets the cloak. So she like cracks the knuckles.
I mean, maybe you should just join our team. Yep.
She leans over to you and kind of like looks behind, and then like stage whispers to you, I'm not sure the rest of my team could lose me. And looks behind, and you see Bedham, Melwithorn, and Shivadri standing there, sort of like all. They all kind of feel out of place here.
Yeah, you're probably their best bet.
And she like kind of like stands and like passively flexes at that, like, you know, when people with muscles, they just sort of like, I don't know, stand and
I know what you mean, though. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Egan is slightly more poofy.
So
Good.
you are all welcome to go to your rooms, which are, you've all got you've all been given kind of like it's not like a dorm, it's like a wing where there is like a central sort of living room for your group, and then off of that is like the individual rooms for each of you. I guess that's kind of like a dorm, but it doesn't have like a kitchen or that kind of stuff. Like it's fancy sort of hotel room. And you are all able to take a short rest if you want to, and during that time you can
Yes.
try and find out any information from the other NPCs. If anybody wants to like roll me like insight or perception checks to pick up on, well, a charisma investigation check would be cool to pick up on. Knowledge, if depending on whether you're listening or actually actively trying to like just talk to people for information, or you can actually go and have some interactive scenes with the NPCs if you like, whatever you want. So what do people want to do whilst you are in the rooms?
I would like to take a short rest.
Okay. I mean, that's, yep, it's already happening.
Sick. I would like to
Nice.
just like polish, just like gently oil my new apron.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
I want to. I don't remember what the check was, but it was to notice and see if that same kind of magic that was out on the snow is like inside of this building.
Oh, sure. You can give me either an Arcana check or perception check. I'll give you different information.
Yeah, I'll do a perception.
May I Arcana?
Sure. Okay.
Looking at the snow again, it's really beautiful out there.
So, Aegon, with an 11, you, as you're kind of like halfway through the short rest, you look outside and you see that everyone's come in at this point, and it looks like the sled marks on the fresh snow are beginning to fade away and be replaced by the normal snow. This seems like
But
what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
This just seems like a thing that continuously happens, and bit by bit you see all the tracks kind of fade away.
Is anything of that similar nature like happening inside?
Well, that is what the 19 Arcana check, Seema,
Okay.
you'll see that you'll begin to realize that this is just a state of the place, and you take one of your kind of hard fingernails that you use sometimes to grasp onto things as you're climbing around, and you dig it into the ice a little bit, and then kind of halfway through your short rest, you see that it begins to heal and repair itself. So anything, it seems, that is made out of ice or snow around here, like will eventually repair itself.
I
Since
bring
it's
that
part
to
of the magic of the
everyone.
place.
I bring that to everyone's attention. The space around us seems to have self-building and resetting properties, much as we do. I don't know if that's because it's a animated or living, like, structure.
It is certainly a interesting spell that they have on this place. Wonder if we could do the same thing for Sven.
That's an interesting question. Although my I guess the materials that make up my body do actually have some self-healing properties.
The nanites.
Exactly.
Nice.
They're midichlorians.
Anything else anybody wants to do during your short rest?
I think the only other thing is Draverex. I guess he probably technically would have already done this, but during the time that everyone's thrusting together, he mentions to the group everything that happened with Xanther. And that he has some weird, like, curse-ish thing on him, or someone that is some entity that is trying to mess with him?
Oh, I'm sorry, you'll have to dump him.
Excuse you?
Seymour grins. I'm kidding. That's actually kind of hot. A cursed
What?
lover? It's so romantic.
Right. Well, anyways, I just wanted to let everyone know, that if he's ever acting weird, you know what is going on, and also, if you happen to find, anything on about in libraries or whatever that might apply, just to keep your eyes and ears peeled. I'm trying to figure it out myself. It seemed that divine magic, I could help it. I could pause what was happening, but I don't know how to get rid of it. And I just want to help him.
That's very sweet of you, Draverex.
And also, like, I think that we would be boyfriends or something right now, but I don't know where we stand, and it's really weird. And
Are you not?
I don't know.
Aren't you?
Well, have it. Yeah, I thought you guys were. Can't you just ask him?
I mean, we just haven't said the words, you know? Like,
You're killing me.
no, okay.
No, I just mean as in like heart stoppers.
They are, but Draverex is having teenage, you know,
No,
he's
no,
18.
yeah, for sure. They haven't said it yet. No, I'm on board with this for sure.
Just
Yeah.
giving Bonus a whole other show to watch.
Yeah.
It's so
I get to role
campaign.
play as fantasy heartstoppers.
Here you go.
Well, I think you should just ask him. I've
Yeah.
never done that before, but I hear that's what you do. Communication and stuff, you know.
Okay. I guess he's like muddling under his hands. I guess I could just say it. I could just say the words. That's fine. You can never take them back when you say them, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Cool. Good talk, everyone.
You've got this.
Drag jumps into a pillow.
I could send a letter to my father and have him, maybe during a blood moon, he could come visit.
For?
Curse inspection time.
Oh, that's actually interesting. Seymour. Thank you
See?
for considering that.
He nods. I'll at least send the letter to inquire.
Nods. Okay.
I will do so right now. He begins to write.
Nice.
What is his full name?
Your father's full name?
No, Xander's.
Xanthers?
Xanthers. Yeah, I asked Trevor. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like he's like, I'm
Bowen.
writing the letter. Like, help me write this. You know.
Xanther Bowen.
When? Okay. And maybe we can describe some of the symptoms here.
Draverex writes them
Yeah.
down. Yeah. Best you can.
We gotta follow leads. You know, we gotta try.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, though, I was surprised, Prosperi, and you did not hold back once to Talana. But she didn't hold back either.
We have a relationship of competition.
Who comes out on top on that?
Generally, I do.
Okay.
My. And, are you gonna keep eyeing Greta like you do Aegon without saying anything?
What?
Since we're talking about our, kind of nudges you with this trunk.
I mean, I was just I was
it could
being
be
nice.
nothing, but just, the long stares, the ruffled feathers. I thought I was picking up on something, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine. It's cool. It's fine.
Sure, I don't know
It's
what
just
I'm talking
cold.
about
It's just
either.
cold, The boots gave me a little bit of a chill. It was weird. Yeah, it was cold.
Trevor X fixes your beanie for you.
We're all just like looming over you, like looking down at you, like.
This tiny little bird, just like, yep, nobody can see me. I'm as small as possible right now. So we've got that drag show coming up, right? Yep. Do you have all of your outfits ready, Driver X, for that?
You know I do, love. You know I do. And I have everyone else's outfits ready as well.
Everyone's?
Well, of course. Who do you think was gonna walk down the runway? Just me, myself, and I? It's a trunk gang eleganza.
Eleganza.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, I do not understand what's happening right now.
I'm
I think me and
volunteering
Sven are
you
just
all
next to each other, like, what?
to walk with me for the drag show later.
I have walked before. I believe
But have
that
you
we have all.
walked before?
I do not understand. Are you? What does it mean to say "walk louder"? Is there some sort of tonality to this language that I am misunderstanding?
Takes out a crystal PowerPoint slide he has prepared, specifically for this moment.
Oh my god.
To go through
Have you
his
had that
fan.
on you the whole time?
Obviously, since they announced it in the brochure. And this is a colloquialism of walking, of course, person walking. Now, walk, right, is strutting, stage, drag. We're on something. Next step, work, right? W-O-R-K, working. W-E-R-K-O, bitch, work. She better, work. And
Sven is taking notes right now.
Good. We're getting somewhere.
When does one tap dance?
Only if that's actually your gig. There are queens who tap dance. But if you don't tap dance, there's no tap dancing. Because if you don't do it right, you don't do it at all.
He would have that. I mean, it's all about footwork and rate, like for dueling and stuff. So yes, he'd tap around.
Everyone just has to find their little gig, their little thing, their theme.
Do you need my measurements? I have all my tailoring notes memorized.
I have everyone's measurements already.
When did you get mine?
People leave their clothes around all the time. You're crazy. Also, it's been weeks.
Yes, I do.
Jeffrey could have asked y'all for your measurements by now. Is basically what I meant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So all of this happens during the short rest. Does any of you go in? We don't necessarily need to roleplay out, but does anyone go in combing all the NPCs, or are we just happy to have Trunk Gang chat and chill in their rooms?
I think I'm good.
I'm gonna hit up Javernesh.
Okay. As you're out and about, go ahead and roll me, please, either a charisma investigation check or a perception check, wisdom perception check.
Yeah, I'll just if I see anybody I recognize, be like, hey, have you seen them? And also just kind of exploring the place.
Yep.
Boy, I hope no mage. I mean, he bites his tongue. I don't even want to say it out loud. I don't even want to talk about those things. Hope none of those things show up while I'm alone.
So go ahead and roll me either a perception check or a charisma investigation check.
Okay.
Was
Did you say charisma investigation or what?
I did, yeah.
What was the first thing though?
Perception check, like a wisdom perception check or a charisma investigation.
Yeah, let's try. They're both the same. They're actually the same. But I want to try the weird one, so let's do the charisma
Nice.
investigation.
Nice.
Normal. We take those.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay,
it back.
so
Investigation is intelligence, right?
yeah, normally, yeah.
Okay.
So, as you're looking around for Javernesh, you
Yes.
hear two things. One is that again, people are planning for this tree dressing event. It's going to be apparently what you overhear is that everyone designs, there's a big competition. We go into the woods at night. You all design and dress up a tree, and then the judging happens, and then whichever tree wins becomes awakened and gets to join you for the rest of the evening and kind of hang out at the ice palace and is treated like any other guest.
And then,
what's up?
sorry, go on. I just have questions about this.
The awakened spell is it's just that apparently they just become. Well, let's read it out.
And then it just ends. How are they not spending this entire time going through an existential crisis of waking up an inanimate object, making it sentient, but telling it oh, there's a timeline. This is
So it lasts for 8 hours. So they have 8 hours to enjoy life, and then their intelligence becomes 10. They gain the ability to speak one language, and they can move their limbs and roots and so forth, and have similar senses to humans.
Sweet.
Yep.
He would passively enjoy a few of their little tales and stuff.
It's permanent apparently.
Sweet.
okay.
So yeah, they become permanently awakened.
So they awaken a new set to add to the growth of awakened trees.
Yeah.
He welcomes in the new ones that are freshly awakened or are being awakened still. Some are maybe still in process.
No. The winner is awakened, and then I'll say that you hear that Padashi's here is the representative of the nearby alpine forest where they accept the awakened trees, and they are a dryad, and they basically always come as a kind of ceremonial thing to bring in the newborns, is what you'll hear, and they'll be one of the judges along with the 2 drag queens judging the tree dressing competition.
Okay.
And then you hear various students talk about what they want to do over the holidays, but as you're with the dirges and talking to Javernesh, you hear that they want to try out husky sledding again to get better, because Javernesh wants to definitely try and beat your time now, and see you've got the best all-time history time. And Aurora and Jajamir are looking forward to kind of sitting around the bonfire, listening to different stories and playing music. But you'll know that there's a lot of events ahead this week available.
Kind of
Woodstock seems very interested in the ice fishing actually, and the money pool that's on offer there. I just think I'll be able to, with all the gold I can get from the ice fishing, I could buy lots of herbs and, well, you know what I could do with those.
What would you do with them?
Esmeralda looks at you and says, well, more chill sessions, no? For our study groups.
Oh, like with Aurora? You mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've been meaning to go. I keep flaking out on it. I get really distracted with my studying and practice. She has invited me though.
You hear behind you, yeah, I have, and yet you never come, because you're too busy hanging around with that idiot friend of yours, Dreverex, is it?
Oh wow!
Oh!
I didn't know she has a strong. Oh, because of his relationship with
It's so
Xanth-
gross. To
Yeah.
see, it's so gross to see how he just sucks up to Xanthril all the time. Like, what a joke.
Yeah, they've gotten pretty. He have seen him like in my dorm randomly and was like, "Oh, okay." Like we just invite guests over. I just, haven't been hearing alarms being triggered all afternoon in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, like, these people just don't get it.
No, they don't. Well, it's kind of cool that we get to hang out here. Have you guys had a chance to talk to the trees yourself, or what was it, Padashi? Did I say that right?
Yeah, Padashi.
Is
Javadash will
Padashi
say,
all right? They seem kind of. I heard they're gonna be the judge at the drag show later.
Padashi seems great, Javadash says, but the trees are not awakened yet. It is something that happens later on. Whoever is the winner gets their tree awakened. It's like, might know, a sort of ceremonial way to give birth, I suppose. It is quite cool to bring life into the world by being able to dress the best tree.
I kind of like that though. I hope that the other trees can appreciate it, even if they don't get to win.
I don't think they understand it in the same way, but it does open new space for life to sprout once more. They always replant the next tree. It is a nursery after all, I suppose. You all looked a bit...
Seymour just wants to pull out a little wipe out of his knapsack and wet it, and he's just gonna kind of get more comfortable and start taking off some of his makeup,
right.
and it makes him look more undead.
More undead. Okay.
He's just he's on vacation, he doesn't feel like he has to keep it up. So
Aurora obviously is unfazed
He's
by this. But...
he's like, I felt like somebody was gonna maybe wanna do an instant paint or something like that of us, maybe after the round. It's been a while since I've seen a Picto box though.
Yeah, I'm not sure they have those kind of things here, Aurora says.
We have some weird things back home. We spend a lot of time with chemicals.
We spend a lot of time trying to hold on to the same part of history. That's all those things are. A snapshot of something most people are happy to forget about.
That's so deep.
When you're gone, and any children you have are gone, and any grandchildren you have are gone, when there's nobody there who's met you, they're not going to remember who you are from the Picto box or whatever you just said.
You're right.
And then a deep
this got
philosophical discussion ensues between the dirges, because that's how they do. Okay. Well, you all finish your long rest.
Eventually I warped. Yeah,
Long rest.
Vortex warped back to
Short
y'all.
rest,
I'm
don't
like,
get too excited.
Hey, Benj, I figured out how I want to flavor the Vortex warp going forward, though. I've described it as a gate kind of before, but it's wrong. I want to make it a black hole that immediately happens. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah. Yeah. It is at this point that as the light outside is dimming, because you arrived here about, I guess, mid-afternoon, and it's been 2 hours since you kind of like arrived now. My cat's trying to get out. Light outside is starting to fade, and it is announced that it is time for the tree dressing competition. Does anybody want to prepare anything before they leave, or?
Anyone want the hooded lantern today? Seymour begins to unpack his like luggage. Finally.
I think we're good.
Okay. Well, it is at that point then that, because I think the next section is going to be a good place for us to start next time, I think we should end today's session here. And yeah, I'm going to let my cat out in this. Well, in the stream, let my cat out, and then I'll be right back for Stars and Wishes, if that's all good with folks.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. I'll see you folks in a bit. So that is the end of today's session. Thank you very much. I'm just going to quickly get my cat upstairs. But yeah,